nails, 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 nails. $5 for dog water movie takes smiley face.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Okay, fuck. We have to like do random shit for an hour for people to come in, okay? Or for like 30 minutes. Be entertaining.
I don't see the visuals.
What visuals?
Oh, okay.
There. Okay, be entertaining.
We can't start reading.
Well, because I want like more viewers. There's like 900 people here, okay?
How many should we wait for?
Like 4,000 or 5,000?
Okay. You're tweeting it? I think it's,
What, their Twitter?
I thought his name was spelled... Yeah,
It's a fake name. Does it matter?
Yes.
It's not real.
So?
Doesn't matter how it's spelled? Okay.
Should I misspell yours because it's also a pseudonym?
If you misspell it's a noun.
Okay. His is a noun, Gaines, and you're admiring his gains.
Yeah, Gaines. That's spelled with an E. How many languages do you speak again?
But his is like a play on words.
It's by spelling it incorrectly.
Admiring my gains. Because it looks more like a real name like this, versus if it was just Gaines, it'd be too spoon-fed.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. What is your Instagram?
FARHAKHALIDI.
Jesus.
What?
No, I didn't say anything.
What? What does that mean?
Sometimes I worship.
Worship?
Yeah, like Jesus. You never do that?
Add duo? What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to. How do I set? Is it set duo? There. Wait. Jesus. Okay.
How many viewers are you at?
Not enough. So go ahead. Entertain them.
We can talk about my OnlyFans. Are you allowed to link that?
I can link whatever I want to link. What do you want to talk about your OnlyFans? Sell it to him.
My OnlyFans?
Yeah.
It's affordable.
Yeah.
It's
What is the buy-in for it?
I think there's a discount.
Wow.
There's a little sale just for DDG.
Really? Is there now?
Yeah. Code Destiny. That's how Todd got in. Because he said, I'm a friend of Destiny. I'd like a discount on this. And asked for half off.
He wants to know, do we get milkers?
What does that mean? Oh, on my OnlyFans. Listen. That's what you gotta go in to see.
That's not...
What? What am I supposed to say? I know you're trying to like flex your typing, but it's still.
I'm not...
sounding
why
like-
do you think why do you think looking at you while I'm typing is flexing my typing?
I don't know. Why'd you have a keyboard with no letters on it? It was just a flex, you said.
Because they had nice keys, okay? They were good switches. Oh, who's that?
My brother.
Wow. Have you done that?
No, you wanna help me with it?
Why are you filing extensions?
Cause aren't taxes due like 2 days ago?
Yeah, why didn't you do them?
I don't know. I'm trying to not pay taxes.
Do you have like an accountant or anybody?
No. My previous surrogate parents were supposed to help me with it, but you know, the timing was unfortunate.
Okay, even if you file an extension for your taxes, you still have to pay
Can you not
Oh. Well, I'm just...
reveal this all in stream?
Well, you just said it. I didn't say anything, and now you're like revealing all of it. So.
No, you looked at my phone, read a text from my brother, and then said it out loud.
Yeah, but you could have
So
said.
now you're culpable as well.
You could have
for
said.
my tax
You could have
fraud.
said, "Hey, I don't want to talk about that on stream," but instead you started vomiting out information about it.
Yeah.
So now it's public knowledge. You just got reported by like 50 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
The IRS is gonna be banging down my door.
Yeah. I mean, Shakira's fame kind of skyrocketed after they found out she committed tax fraud, so hopefully this is
Yeah.
just an investment.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, can we begin?
Nope. This is you gotta entertain, okay? We've been barely live for like 3 minutes, okay? Go.
Okay, I think we should talk about our content itinerary.
Okay. We're gonna read this book.
We're gonna read this book. We're gonna watch What is a Woman?
We have to watch the Real Doll review.
No.
What is a Woman is gonna be... Okay, we can watch What is a Woman if you want. But I get to play my game in the background.
No.
I have to sit here. I can't just sit here.
I'm sick of you acting like you're on a higher plane of...
It's not a higher plane. I just need something
Intellect.
to occupy my brain than listening to Matt Walsh drone on about
Okay, then I
trans
need
people.
something too.
Huh?
I need something too.
Okay, you can play on your phone while you can go to TikTok. Isn't that what you do?
No. Why can't we... I don't understand why we can't do like a duo game.
What kind of duo game?
Scrabble.
Scrabble
Twister.
takes a lot of your brain.
Okay. Well, can I play the video game and you watch?
You don't know anything about this video game.
Do you know like how much of a cuck I look like just sitting here watching you play this and then
They
just,
don't
like,
know that. They're just watching us.
I don't. Okay, fine. I don't care about how it appears. I just feel like a cuck sitting here watching you play this.
Okay, think of a good two-player game.
That's why I
then.
don't call it on Discord.
Think of a good... Because I'm playing a game?
Yes.
Okay,
I find it very
DSP.
disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
DSP?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about him. Okay, think of a game then.
We do you have like DSs?
Like a Nintendo DS?
Yeah.
Isn't that older than you?
Yeah. We could play like a game on there.
I don't have a Nintendo DS, okay? What if I just hand you a controller and you can
I'd like
pretend you're
that.
playing?
I'd like that a
Yeah?
lot.
Okay.
I just don't want to just sit here watching you play. This makes me feel like I'm babysitting you.
You're not... That doesn't even make sense. How does that... I'm babysitting you.
No.
How am I not?
I'm just watching you play a game, and then you put on your little doll kill.
What's more
video.
likely, if a babysitter was to go over to a house, would the kid be playing a game and the babysitter watching, or the babysitter playing a game and make the kid watch?
The kid playing a game? Are you serious?
Fuck no. If I was babysitting, that kid would
Yeah,
get a disconnected
the babysitter's
controller.
gonna be on the iPad while the
Hell
2-year-old
yeah.
watches. What is
Yeah,
wrong with
I'd say,
you?
watch me play this game. You suck. You're 5. Let me play the game for you.
That doesn't happen.
Wait, when you guys go babysit kids, do you actually let these guys play the games? Imagine being such a sucker.
They sit on their phone while the kid. They give them.
Why would
the
I watch a
iPad
12-year-old play a game?
to make sure they don't kill themselves accidentally?
They are going to want to kill themselves when they see how much better I am at the game than they are, okay? They should just sit back and take notes.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, while I'm here, I don't want you playing this game while I'm here. It's disrespectful as fuck.
Okay, 3,600 viewers. You got 1,400 to go. Keep going.
Okay. What is a woman? Then we're gonna do
Oh, God.
3 rape debates because I'm trying to help you cater to a more female audience and kind of.
I don't want to cater to a
transition
female
out of this
audience.
Toxic masculine boys.
I
club
like
that
to be
you've- that's
toxic
just
and masculine.
festering. So we're gonna pander to women,
Okay, what else?
rebrand you as Hassan 2.0,
Oh, God.
and what the women want to hear about isn't Darius's Riz. We want to hear about rape every single day.
And now, oh, look, you can do this.
What is this? Oh,
What?
what if we draw?
No, no! Look, up and down. You're the red one, okay? Arrow, here. You said you wanted a game that you can play too. Push the arrows up and down.
Stop yelling at me. I don't want to play this game.
Okay, sorry. Keep going. What were you saying?
Our content itinerary.
Okay. Yeah, so we're reading this book by our good friend Myron Gaines.
Yeah. Then we're getting fresh.
Then we're
notes on
watching, was it the Real Doll review?
it. No. Why are you so obsessed with him?
It's just a good video.
Hmm.
And then we're doing, don't let her choose everything you have to trade. True. You're being very
Choose
misandrous.
everything. Did we not
You're choosing everything.
do everything you wanted yesterday?
No, I didn't even want to do that. Darius wanted me to. I had to as a good friend. I was being supportive.
What about being supportive of me?
I am right now by letting you choose a thing.
But you just said I can't choose the thing.
You just did. You chose the Myron Gaines thing.
Okay. And then we're gonna write one.
Yeah, on stream.
Yeah.
Okay, you can crack out your laptop for that one, okay?
Yeah. I just need more clips of you looking bad, so we just need to like make a list of topics and see like where you fall in terms of like wokeism on each topic, and then only talk about the ones where you kind of like fall a little short, just so I can like damage your reputation, you know? Because I'm just so bad faith in my soul.
Are you supposed to be
intention.
like the ultra woke person? Is that your position?
I don't really have an identity outside of just wanting to make you look bad, you know? Isn't that the take?
Yeah, is it
The
true?
DDG consensus about me?
Yeah, it might act. That might be my consensus. You know.
Yeah. Okay, let's start this book. Ultra woke, but she's a TERF. Did I say something TERFy? Because I breathed before answering if I was a TERF yesterday. Now I'm a TERF.
You probably are a turf. Every girl that takes a moment. What you really want to say is, I fucking hate trans women. That's what you wanted to say.
No, I said I didn't like your argument yesterday that because people perceive people by secondary sex characteristics, that means there's no basis of sex. I said I thought that was a dumb argument. That doesn't mean I'm a TERF.
It's okay to be a turf. We support turfs here. Here.
We can read J.K. Rowling's TERF Wars. It's not a great title.
Here's a game for you to play. What is your age?
You don't know my age?
I'm at. Is it 20 to 25?
Yeah.
Which category fits you best? Women, cis?
What is this?
It's a ranking thing.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your ethnicity?
Why is that funny?
I don't know. Just which one would you pick?
What's the joke?
There's no joke.
That I'm not white? Is that the,
No,
is that the
that's not a
punchline?
joke. Why is it a punchline?
That I don't get to pick the first one?
Just pick. Just which one would you pick?
The one that represents my race? Do you know what my race is?
It's not race. It's ethnicity. And I don't want to pick something that makes you uncomfortable.
Let's go with Native American.
Are you Native American? What tribe are you from?
Let's go with South Asian.
Are
Or
you-
we could do Middle Eastern.
Well, which one do you feel more comfortable? What do you identify as?
Neither. Like, I don't go around saying, you know.
Okay.
Do you remember when, like, Raven Simone was canceled for saying, like, she doesn't identify with black? And everyone got really mad. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay. I would say go with Middle Eastern.
Okay. Are you in a relationship?
Married.
If you could have one but not the other, would you want the ability to murder anyone you want without any consequences, or increase your IQ by 20 points?
The latter.
Really? Why?
Because I don't have homicidal tendencies.
You don't want to kill anybody?
No, do you?
What if you could kill like every bad person on the planet right now?
I don't have like this Dexter fetish where I'm like, oh, if I kill someone bad, then I'm a great person and I did some like net good thing.
What if you could kill like all the people committing genocide right now?
It says anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought anyone meant like one person. Does it mean anyone like as many as I want?
Anyone you want, yeah.
Like one person?
No, it could be multiple people.
I don't think that's what it means.
Okay.
Oh, just to have that forever.
If you could have one but not the other, have 10 children with your genes being raised by other parents, or easy access to hot water from the tap.
The latter again?
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like your genes?
Being raised by other parents
Yeah. So you just have little clones of you out there.
when I just donate my eggs if I wanted that and make 15K per cycle.
Jesus. That's not donating, that's selling.
Okay, that makes it immoral.
I didn't say it was immoral. I'm just
Why'd you
saying it
say
was a strange.
Jesus?
Well, because you used the word donating in a really disingenuous way there. Like
I'm
yesterday, I
saying-
donated 20 hours of my work to like some charitable organization. Wow, that's so nice of you. Well, they paid me $10,000 an hour. Oh, well, that's not really donating your labor. But
Still
okay.
donating your eggs.
Okay. If you could have one but not the other, do you want to be loved or be 3 inches taller?
3 inches taller.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Why? Do you really want to be taller?
Yeah. Because then I'm very lean, so I can model if I was taller.
Is that really? Is 5'6" enough to like be a model? Is that
I'm
the,
not 5'3".
is that the VS
so
models now? Is it really?
I'm
Okay.
5'5".
Wow. Okay. Would you rather have would you rather have a near-death experience or a really cool parrot?
This is a tough one.
Well, think about it. It's a cool parrot.
Let me think.
You're thinking.
Having a near-death experience, so you survive, and then I feel like you'd have just trauma from that. But the parrot, you'd have a friend. So let's
Yeah.
go with the parrot.
You got
I'd
enough
rather
trauma?
have a friend than trauma.
Okay. If you could have a saint-like moral virtue or ability to resurrect a single person of your choice who died in the
Well,
last 5 years,
I already have the former, so let's go with the second.
who would you revive?
Ooh, I wouldn't. I would just have the ability. There's no one I'd bring back. Who died in the last 5 years? I don't know if I know anyone who. Oh, it could be anyone, not just someone I knew personally. I don't know.
You know what would be cool is if you had this ability and you kind of kept it in the back pocket. If you ever fucked up really hard and killed somebody, you could bring them back so it wouldn't be like as big a deal. Like imagine if you wanted to drunk drive one night and you accidentally like, hit somebody and they died, you could like revive them, be like it's okay.
Maybe, but if you had the former, then you wouldn't have to worry about that. You know?
True.
Cool. Can we read this book?
How many are these? Are there 10 of them? You've got like 2 more, okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's say the second.
Okay. Would you rather have 10 there's 90. Okay, we'll do one more. Would you rather have 10 well-behaved kids or ability to listen to music?
I don't consume music. So
So wouldn't you want the ability to?
You think I lack the ability to listen to music? That's why I don't listen to music?
In my opinion, when somebody says they don't listen to music, that's like a psychopathic thing.
Yeah, it's not a deafness thing.
No, but like you lack somewhere in your psyche the ability to like listen to music.
That's such a stretch.
Why don't you listen to any music?
Because I'd rather be listening to JRE and Hasanabi 24 hours a day.
Yeah, that's so you don't want the ability to enjoy music? Okay, so you want 10 well-behaved kids.
Yeah, because that's like a tribe. A cult.
Okay. All right, we'll revisit these later. Ayla, what is the point of these? If you do enough, does something happen, or is it just for you to get people to... Okay, how long is this? Oh boy. Okay, who reads what? How do we figure this out?
I think... What do you think is a good strategy?
I have no idea. Jesus.
I say like let's just read the first few pages and get like the vibe of it. Because if it's boring, then we can just switch.
Ranks here. Oh, interesting. Gotcha. Is the goal to pick what everybody wants? Okay. This is a book by a good mutual friend, Myron Gaines, called Why Women Deserve Less. Okay. This is dedicated to his parents, A and F. Oh, like F and F, like A and F? Do you think he calls his parents that? What do you think those two names are? Who did a great job?
I don't know.
Email any serious typos and mistakes to Aaron Clary at www.assholeconsulting.com. Wow. Do you think that's his editor?
Yeah.
This book does not call for refusing to help your fellow human if it's a woman, nor does it call for refusing to work, interact, or socialize with women in society. It's to prevent you from wasting your resources on the unreciprocated romantic pursuits of women to the point that it ruins your life.
Someone said show the book. Can they not see it?
I don't know if I can do this without logging into my Amazon account. Hold on. I'm not gonna know how to do this. Oh my god, I'm a genius. Okay.
Wait.
What?
Are we breaking this copyright?
Where?
Recording. No part of this may be distributed, including photocopy.
I didn't read that part. Okay. You have to see this Hassan clip, please. It's short. If this is boring, you're getting a big ban.
I think he was a bad person. I don't know if he was evil. I haven't met the guy. I think he was a bad person. Yes.
Dude, this is so dumb. It's like doing this to get.
Okay.
You didn't read the intro.
Wait, I did. We just read this.
Oh, okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Do you need another line of Coke or?
I could go for a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want, you can go grab one.
It's okay.
Oh, so you just are saying things to say things.
No, I was saying like if you wanted to offer to grab one.
I have to go up and get it for you?
This book is already red pilling you.
Oh my god, you really do deserve less. Okay. Shout out to all these guys. The Fresh Prince CEO. Is that Walter? That's Fresh, right?
That's Walter.
Rollo Tomasi, Aaron Clary, Sneeko, our boy Sneeko made it in the acknowledgements. Donovan Sharp, hell yeah. The guy who calls his wife ugly and lied about her and his child, their child, or her child, I should say. Justin Waller, Sterling Cooper, Andrew and Tristan Tate. Oof, hopefully that doesn't age poorly. Lucario/Miles, Jonathan from Modern Life Dating, Brandon Carter, and Alpha Male Strategies.
Nice. I only know these 3 names. Do you know the other people?
Donovan
and then
Sharp
the Tates, yeah.
is a crazy dude.
Yeah.
Andrew and Tristan, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these other dudes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's Aaron Clary? That's his editor, right? You said?
Sound like it because it came from the first thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Read it.
Yeah, read it.
No one wants to hear my voice.
You do something. Here. Read it. You're an English major. You live for this, okay? Isn't this, you've spent your whole life preparing for this moment, right?
You read it.
You can read chapter 1. Go.
I like your voice better.
I just read the whole intro and acknowledgement.
Why don't you want to read it?
Because I want to drink my Coke and listen to you read it. We'll rotate by chapters. Go.
Your voice is more soothing.
Your voice is fine.
I don't think they think that.
Just use your voice. Okay. Try to have inflection when you read. Good luck.
No, because then I'm going to be the one sued if I'm the one reading
You're
it.
already, it's my stream. I'll be sued if anybody's sued. You're fine. Go. It's
Okay.
literally, what are they going to sue for? It's a free book on Amazon. You can download it for $0.00.
Did you not read the copyright disclaimer?
Nope. Go.
This excerpt was taken from the book Game: How to Meet, Attract, and Date Attractive Women by Arush Valadish, released in 2018. This perfectly sums up what men are currently experiencing in the modern dating market. Beautiful girls in big cities are now directly or indirectly offered sex more than 1,000 times a month from men on the internet, at bars, on the streets, and within their social circles. If a girl has a basic internet profile, spends time on social networking, and goes out twice a week, I guarantee she's offered more cock than even the most famous women of the past. Of course, women are not interested in 99% of the men who offer her sex, but try to imagine the effect on your psychology if 1,000 women a month were trying to have sex with you. What kind of person would that make you? I could tell you what I would be like if I were getting over 1,000 sex offers every month. I'd be spoiled rotten, thinking that I deserved all those women just because I existed. I'd be flaking, canceling dates often because I'd be unsure that I was getting the best possible girl. I'd be bitchy to women who didn't read my mind and failed to treat me exactly the way I wanted because don't they know I could sleep with hundreds of other women anytime I wanted? I'd be moody, always dependent on the reactions I'd get from women. If I received less attention in a weekend than usual, I'd throw a temper tantrum and demand immediate satisfaction. I'd also get bored easily. With so many women constantly trying to entertain me, I wouldn't be able to tolerate 5 minutes with a boring girl who didn't jump through hoops to make me laugh. Lastly, I'd be primed to value novelty over stability. I'd become addicted to experiencing one girl after the next and believe excitement and fun was worth more than stability and commitment. My attention span would morph into that of a small child. Haven't I just described the modern woman?
True!
While a large part of who we are is shaped by our genetics, environment plays a huge role. And when your environment is getting nonstop attention from thousands of people trying to have sex with you, your personality and even your humanity will become degraded, making it hard for you to connect meaningfully with anyone. Trying to find lasting love, comfort, and stability with a modern woman is like trying to have a deep conversation with a cat that just wants to chase after a red laser dot darting around the floor. I'm sure you've had the experience of losing a girl's attention at a bar or nightclub and watching her get approached by another man not even 10 minutes later. Even girls in small towns are getting hit on a lot. I met girls from backwater European villages who can describe to me all the local beta orbiters who are trying to sleep with them, the Spanish or British tourists who have approached them in the mall, and men on the internet who are outright offering them gifts and free travel just for the chance of landing a date. Girls have become so used to having multiple choice of men that they believe things have always been like this. They're unaware that just a few generations ago, they would have been lucky to have just 2 good men a year knocking at their door. Most of this choice is a result of technology, which allows women to access and meet more men in one day for sex than they could have in an earlier lifetime. Since technology is continuing to advance rapidly, I don't predict a return to the old ways. If anything, it will soon become impossible for a man who doesn't use some sort of gaming strategy to even get a date. Okay, so that's not Myron. That's
What do you think about that?
About Rush's take?
Yeah.
This seems a lot more neutral, I think, than how Myron would describe it. Like, I kind of, right?
Does this come off as neutral to you? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm kind of desensitized to red pill stuff, to be honest. So that's why, even with our clip, I didn't find it that off-putting. And I didn't understand. I'm not even going to comment on it. But, yeah, like, I would say this is
pretty much describing women as, like, retarded children.
Yeah, he calls them a cat and a little child, yeah. But I think Myron will...
How is it... Why does he say...
Myron will up the charge
Why does he say that this is all a result of technology? But then he cites girls in small towns and girls in backwater European villages who are describing all the local beta orbiters.
Because technology is ubiquitous?
backwater European villages and local beta orbiters doesn't sound like people they're finding on Tinder. Seems a little contradictory.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you think
I
there's
don't
ever
know
been a point in human
what the
history
blind spots
where
of
the
Tinder
average
are.
woman is only approached by 2 men per year to fuck?
Possibly. Like, at least the way my mom grew up, she wasn't even allowed to see men. Like, they'd curtain off the rickshaw, so she was only able to go from school to home and vice versa.
You don't think men were trying to fuck women in the past?
I didn't say they weren't trying. I'm saying maybe their access to, like, seeing men and interacting men was, like, limited a lot.
Wait, where's your mom from?
India?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. So she wasn't able to, like, literally talk to men outside of school if she even interacted with men there. And then at the house, she wasn't allowed to see them passing in the street. But that's a very, like, radical example.
Yeah, that didn't really work well for me.
Yeah, but you were talking about the past. I'm guessing the past.
Well, I was talking about the past in, like, the Western world. I don't know anything about India.
No, I know. That's not even that historical of an Indian state. I'm just saying, like, that probably, you know what I'm saying, correlates more to, like, a past society.
I don't know if it
Like
does
modern
it?
India, probably, since they're more, people stay behind on the times.
Okay, maybe. All right. Ask her to tell us why they have to be completely covered.
The rickshaws?
I don't know. What are the rickshaws?
Do you know what a rickshaw is?
Nope.
You can just look up a picture. You, like... So this is what they'd take. She would take, like, someone would bike this from her house to school. This is how she'd get to school every day. Like, her and her siblings. And it was curtained off, so she couldn't even look outside. Because the idea is, like, I don't know if it's more so she can't see the outside world or the outside world can't see her. Maybe for
Wait, was
purity.
your mom, like, royalty? Or is it just, like, a normal woman thing?
No, she grew up very impoverished.
So normal women were getting this type of treatment.
At least in her diaspora, maybe?
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think she grew up less entitled with an attention span that would morph into that of a small child? Maybe she didn't have these issues?
Maybe, but now she works, like, a modern job in America, and she gets hit on a lot. So I think now she's become...
Oh, a child?
Yeah, now she's become an entitled little cat chasing around a red laser dot, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, chapter 2 already. Chapter 2. Tom, Dick, and Harry. Tom was crushing on a girl in class. At 15 years old, he was nervous, inexperienced, and only had his single mom to guide him in his new dating life. Without guidance, Tom finally mustered the courage to approach his crush and ask her out. The approach wasn't polished. On the contrary, it was a horrendous train wreck. Yet, despite the awkwardness and crippling fear, Tom still managed to do a courageous thing. He walked up to a girl and he asked her out. For this act of bravery, Tom was rewarded with his crush not only laughing at him in person, but blasting the event over social media. She spread the rejection over Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Clubhouse. What is Clubhouse?
It's some app.
Instead of rewarding his courage with a date, or a simple, thank you, but I'm not interested, she used it as an opportunity to promote herself at his expense. She used his tortured experience to gain popularity and clout amongst her friends. And for the rest of his freshman year, Tom was forced to endure this embarrassment in person and online. Dick was a hardworking 25-year-old man. He worked 2 jobs, one as an entry-level IT guy during the day and another as a bartender at night. He worked hard to repay his student loans and save for a home in retirement. Dick had a soft spot for Jane, one of the regulars at his bar. She'd flirt with him, talk to him for hours at the bar, and make sexual jokes. Jane seemed interested in Dick, so much so that Dick assumed a guaranteed date. After that, it was just a matter of getting some time off from his 80-hour work week schedule to smash. One day, Jane invited Dick over for dinner on a night Dick had off. It was the perfect opportunity to have the date brewing over the months, so Dick agreed to show up at her place at 5 p.m. The day before, Dick went to grab a pricey bottle of wine, ironed his shirt, polished his shoes, and scheduled an Uber in advance as they lived in a major city. However, his real investment was not the things that he bought, but the excitement and anticipation he put into the date. On the night of, he texted Jane, letting her know that he was on his way. She curiously did not text him back. Thinking nothing of it, his Uber arrived at Jane's apartment building, where he texted her again to find out which apartment number to buzz. She did not respond. He checked the time, and it was 4:55 p.m., right on schedule. He wondered if Jane was hurt and unable to return his texts. Soon it was 5:10, and Dick was starting to get cold. He looked for a coffee shop or any public place, but none were open. Dick continued like this until 5:45, when he finally gave up and got an Uber back home. Jane never returned his texts, called him back, nor ever showed up at his bar again. However, Jane was alive, as Dick saw her Instagram stories that night. Jane posted stories at a high-end steakhouse with 2 plates of food and glasses of wine, but no indication of who she was with. And then there is Harry. Harry is 78 years old. Harry is currently living with his 3rd wife. Their marriage is sexless. She nags him constantly. She refuses to die or divorce him, as she depends on him for her care. Harry, in return, is financially reliant on her because his prior 2 wives took his money and children via divorce. Harry's life has been hell. Harry spent 60 years in constant poverty, stress, and emotional torture from losing his children. Additionally, his 2 prior wives cheated on him. The only thing that makes it worse is that there are no more innings, quarters, or a chance for overtime to salvage his miserable life. As a result, Harry will likely die soon, and pain will be his existence. At first, these 3 stories may sound like bad luck. Maybe Tom, Dick, and Harry were done wrong by fate. Signs not meant to be, the stars didn't align, or some other bullshit excuse that some spiritual bimbo says when things don't work out. But if you're reading this book, you know better than that. Maybe these tragic stories are not representative of life for the average man, but sadly, this is not the case. The reason is that for the first time in 200,000 years of human history, how men and women interact has fundamentally changed. Modern intersexual dynamics have brought a new normal in how men and women treat each other. Though recent and very abrupt, if you don't figure out now how men and women have fundamentally changed, you face the same risk, if not outright guarantee, that you'll fail like the 3 men mentioned above.
Should we unpack those anecdotes? Because I think that's the end of
We could,
Tom,
but
Dick, and Harry.
it probably is chapters over soon. Yeah, let me just finish this. We'll do it. Okay. Hold on. Adapting to modern female nature is easier said than done because while this change is very recent, you still have 200,000 years of biology, evolution, instincts, hardwired genetics, and tradition screaming at you to do what Tom, Dick, and Harry did. Men are taught to take women at their word, be nice, and always be a gentleman. Men are taught to do the right thing, while women are taught to do the right thing for you. Furthermore, men's interest in women is so intense that their real-life happiness is usually dependent on it, making this the ultimate issue facing all men today. If you do not overpower those instincts or blindly ignore the real changes in intersexual dynamics, you drastically increase your chances of suffering the fate of Harry, a wholly wasted life. Therefore, all men today need to modernize their approach to women to reflect this new normal. Thankfully, there is hope. Harry, and nearly every man over 50, needed the internet. Harry grew up in the old days where wisdom passed through your experience, family, friends, and inner circle. However, this form of knowledge rapidly became obsolete once male-female dynamics changed. It took generations to form the conventional wisdom that would be helpful in the old days, so it has also taken ages to create knowledge that would work today. Thankfully, the internet provides the ability to compare notes across the globe. In addition, the internet allows for a fast recompilation of wisdom that helps men navigate modern women. What took men thousands of years via trial and error in the past takes men of today a mere 2 minutes of internet research. What confused men decades ago, not a single man today has to endure, as the internet has readily available all of the answers on modern women. In short, the internet can protect men from the confused, tortured lives of Tom, Dick, and Harry, as long as they're willing to look for, learn, and understand the information. The problem is this new wisdom is scattered across the vast internet in various YouTube channels, blogs, books, and podcasts. In addition, it's mixed with other bits of red pill wisdom concerning career, finances, education, philosophy, etc. Unfortunately, female nature is complex to most men. So this content can often be lengthy, deep, nearly indigestible, and intimidating to men new to the red pill. Sorry, Rolo. Therefore, men desperately need a simple, brief, concise, and practical manual that summarizes this wisdom into an action plan that you can implement now. That is what this book will do. Why Women Deserve Less is the mandatory introduction to this new reality men must understand. Don't get embarrassed like Tom. Don't get stood up like Dick. Don't waste your life like Harry. Intelligent men learn from their mistakes, but wise men learn from other people's mistakes.
So, internet bad when women can have more swipes than men, but internet good when you can read this Kindle edition of Why Women Deserve Less. Like, he's
trying to
praising the
protect
internet
men
for
from
this.
being fucked over like these guys.
Like, he prefaced by saying the internet has ruined dating. Now he's saying
Yeah.
the internet can save you.
Well, because women are using the internet to hook up with people, now men can use the internet to learn how to deal with these women.
I like how he says the thing about, like, men are taught always be a gentleman. Dick is such a great guy. He got this bottle of wine, ironed his shirt, polished his shoes, but then it was just a matter of getting some time off from his 80-hour work week schedule to smash. Like, how can you use this within the context of saying he's being a gentleman?
He wants to smash respectfully.
I'm just saying this would be so much stronger if he left out this sentence.
No, I know. It's really autistic that he included it. And I think it's a very big telling thing.
He's
for
showing,
how-
like-
Yeah, he just wants to fuck her.
Yeah, so why is it bad? It makes Jane sound less evil. Obviously, she doesn't know that, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make it sound like he's just some hopeless romantic, because that's
No,
the way
yeah,
this
because it
description
sounds like it
is.
initially, because like, oh, they talk for hours at the bar.
Yeah.
Make sexual jokes is kind of weird.
That's just what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
pretty much saying she led me on. Now I'm entitled to sex. No, you're entitled to maybe getting a text back saying, "Hey, I can't hang out tonight." But now he's complaining.
Well, no,
about
I mean,
it.
he's kind of entitled to a dinner if Jane invited him over for a dinner. I mean, that's like the next part.
Yeah, to her canceling and
Sure.
saying like, "Hey," instead of ghosting. But I don't know. Do you think ghosting happens more? On the
Okay,
male?
this is something that I talked to that Alex guy about. I need to start fucking playing Tinder in Miami, and I just haven't yet because I'm so fucking busy. Alex from Playing with Fire told me, he said that like the flake rate, apparently red pillars are obsessed with this. Now, I'm not saying Alex is a red pillar, but he told me like the flake rate is like anywhere from like 50 to 80%.
for anyone.
That like you can tell a girl, hey, do you want to meet like tomorrow? And she's like, yeah, we should meet at like 7 p.m. And I'm like, oh, cool. Can I come by and like pick you up at like 6:30? She's like, yeah, cool. That 50 to like 80% of the time, women will just ghost you after making plans.
Women or just any Tinder date.
Tinder date.
So 50 to 80%. So it could also be like maybe half the time the guy's ghosting.
No. The guy will never ghost, obviously.
But
He's
is
saying
that statistic specific to women ghosting?
it's
or
specific
just-
to women
Oh,
ghosting.
okay. Yeah. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's for the?
I can't imagine that's true. I don't know if that ever happened. That might have happened to me one time in my life on Tinder date. I think in Nebraska it might have happened one time. It never happened in California, and I wasn't even fishing with my profile there. I haven't done it in Miami. I was fishing with my profile in Nebraska, although it wasn't as big then. But I've never had a girl like agree to plans, like a time, a date, and a location, and then just totally ghost. That would be wild to me. But a lot of these guys, like in the red pill world, they're saying that it happens that on average, normal, that 50 to 80% of women will flake. That's what this first story comes from. It's just hitting on that idea. That's an insane number to me.
I wonder what the flake stat is referring to, because like this is very specific. It's like
Yeah,
the
and
night
also,
of. Yeah.
this is like, when you say flake also, for this type of thing, this wasn't a random Tinder date. This was a girl that he knew, had seen several times, and like made a fucking thing for it. This is like a totally different thing. So this flake is even more egregious. But I also wonder though, like, yeah, I wonder what kind of, how they're setting these dates up, or like how, like what kind of girls they're after too.
Yeah.
Because like if you're being like really aggressive trying to set it up and the person's kind of iffy and you're like pushing really hard, maybe I could understand
That's
that.
what I was gonna say. Like, I'll flake if maybe we're like, oh, let's do something next week, and then if they say something sexual, it'll stop responding.
Sure.
So
yeah,
that's
or like
kinda
yeah, if you're
flaking.
setting up something like a week or
But
two
if
in
it's
like
more
conversation.
like, oh, I'll come over tonight, and then I'm like, sure, see you then, and then I ghost, then obviously that's, I would say, pretty fucked up. So I don't know what they're considering as flaking.
Yeah, that would be fucked up. You agree that would be fucked up, right? Like if this
Yeah.
story is true, Jane is really fucked up, right? You're making a date for the next day and then you don't even respond?
Yeah. It's weird though, because when he could see her again by just showing up at that bar. So it's like, why would she risk that? Unless
Yeah,
she
I
had a
know.
good
It just this
reason?
story is like extreme, right?
Yeah.
Then you have Harry's story. Wait, what was Tom?
Harry's story is that his
Wait.
wife refuses
we missed,
to die.
Yeah, we
That's
we
Harry.
missed Tom's thing.
Okay,
Tom has to do with the thing where it's like if you ask a girl out and she rejects you, she's gonna blow it up all over Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Clubhouse. Do people think this is normal?
I just wish they'd give more specifics. Like, walk up to the girl and ask her out can mean, like, a myriad of things. Like, would the average girl just make fun of a guy for just asking them out?
Like the thing is that like I like in grade school I could maybe see it happening.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I really, you know what? I can't comment on this because we didn't have social media when I was in school, so I don't know. Because like a worst case scenario in grade school is you ask somebody out, and then they're like, they gotta giggle about it with their friends and maybe make fun of you for
Yeah.
it. Like I could see that happening.
I think girls do that a lot. Do guys not do that at all?
I don't
Because I'll
think.
admit, I think girls do that a ton.
I don't think guys do that. But that's because girls don't ask guys out. So like you're asking me for like that's a very 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 rare.
Yeah. Well, maybe, okay, girls will laugh about the guy for asking them out. Don't guys kind of like laugh at girls a lot after they have sex? I've heard like guys talk about that. Like my male friends will like make fun of the girls they hook up with. And I think that's pretty
Sometimes,
fucked.
yeah. Or if she fucks, if a girl sleeps around a lot, or the like trophies and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's super common. But I guess I don't have I don't know about this. I just don't know this experience. So like for instance, I could totally see, you know, you ask a girl out, and especially there's also like a lot of, you need a little bit more. So like let's say two people are like kind of close and they're friends, and the guy's like I'm not trying to trigger you, okay? Say the guy's friend zoned and he doesn't realize it, okay? And then like the guy asks the girl out and she like doesn't want to go out and it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
I feel like, is she really gonna go to her friends and be like, oh my god, he asked me out, what a fucking loser? Like,
If they're friends, yeah. No.
yeah, it's probably gonna be like, oh no, like he asked me out, like it's really awkward. Like it'll probably be like that. But like blasting that, or let's say on the flip side, a guy like is awkward, goes up to a dance and like asks the girl like, hey, do you want to go out or whatever? I could see her kind of like making fun of him, especially to her group of friends maybe. But blasting it out all over social media, that seems like some psychopath shit.
But what does that even mean? Spread the rejection? Like she posts on her Instagram story, like recounting the story? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like I could totally
Like
see
what
like,
are you tweeting? Like
yeah,
your name.
like are you
saying,
like on
Tom
Instagram
asked me
like
out?
yeah, Snapchat like look at this fucking four-eyed fucking loser who's trying to ask me out on a date, and then you like tweet out like his, or you Instagram
Yeah,
story.
that just seems so hyperbolic.
Yeah, that seems insane to me.
And Clubhouse. That's why I feel like he's just picking really trendy apps.
Maybe, yeah.
But-
That seems wild to me.
She spread the rejection over because he walked up to her. It's one thing like if you text it, then you can screenshot it and post it. But I'm like, how are you spreading a personal rejection?
But
That's
even
face to face.
screenshotting it and spreading it would be some psychopathic shit.
And at
right?
15, I would just say that's an immature thing.
Yeah, but like you're like that's insane.
It is insane. I'm just saying I could see it making sense more.
Yeah, I know.
Spreading it, but how do you spread? Yeah, like someone going
Sure,
up to you and
yeah.
asking you out.
I don't know.
So this just feels so extreme. Okay, let's talk about Harry, the real victim in all of this.
Yeah, so Harry, this is part of the red pill. I like how, I will say, I'll compliment the structure as much as I disagree with it. Tom, Dick, and Harry's stories here do perfectly encapsulate all of the major talking points
Yeah.
of the red pill. That like, so Harry is part of the story that's supposed to show you why you never get married.
Yeah.
Women take everything in alimony, always in divorce. Also, women are the ones initiating divorces just because they hate you and they cheat and they're horrible people.
Yeah.
And that's basically Harry's life.
Yeah. I think this is a good book so far.
Uh,
I thought it was just going to be him literally just saying stats. I like that he's doing some creative writing.
Well, yeah, obviously we need narratives to identify with.
I just
right?
didn't expect it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. It's engrossing.
Why are you reading my DMs?
I was looking here first, and then you looked at me when you started typing, so I looked over.
Okay. I don't trust you. All
Now
right.
I'm reading your DMs.
Good.
She's vegetarian. I am.
Yeah, if we want to eat tonight, you probably need a place you can eat at. So I'm trying to be considerate,
And drink.
like a gentleman.
on his
Okay.
fries.
Or maybe you don't deserve a vegetarian place.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Good luck.
My turn.
Oh, you got a long one. Good luck.
Did I read too fast?
No, read however you want.
Okay. The old contract was nothing sexy or exciting. It was boring. Despite all the flowers, white wedding dresses, cringe romantic comedies, and love songs, it's boiled down to men provided resources and protection, women provided sex, and if wanted, children.
Okay, wait. I'm so sorry. Okay, hold on. I don't know if I talked about this on stream or not. I'm giving, this is life advice now, okay? I'm switching to life advice mode, okay? If you're trying to get a girl to date you or to fuck or whatever the fuck, okay? If somebody is asking you, what are the things you can provide for a woman? If one of the first 2 or 3 things out of your mouth is protection, kill yourself. Okay? It is so fucking cringe that red pillars focus on this protection thing. People aren't dating for protection. Are you trying to date like the fucking ambassador to fucking Kenya? Or like, are you like dating like high risk people in like the world of John Wickers? Nobody is fucking looking for a bodyguard. It is the most autistic, stupid fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Who the fuck are you that you're dating people for protection? They're so cringe and retarded. You have to have something more to offer than that. They do this like protection, like what are men for? Protection. No, they're not, motherfucker. And most men aren't even gonna be able to protect a woman. If you're getting like fucking mugged in an alleyway and somebody comes up to stab you or shoot you, who are you, John Wick? It's so fucking cringe that I see this over and over and over again. When somebody says that they have to offer protection, what I hear in my mind is you're a cringe fucking loser who has nothing to bring to a relationship, except maybe you might be able to beat up like 5% of men. Maybe. That's what I hear when people say that. It's so fucking cringe. Holy shit, Kai Cenat just got banned. Damn. Okay, go. Sorry. Go ahead. Or if you want to comment next about.
I guess. I feel like if you're even like walking with a boyfriend, though, it wards off a lot of people. Like, you don't actually have to be able to fight off guys, but even a male friend could provide that.
Sure, there's like a special
and also,
feeling.
that's not doing anything.
No, yeah,
like,
it's like
do
nice
anything.
to have a friend.
Yeah.
But no woman is ever deciding I'm dating this guy for protection. You have to fill out 1 million boxes before like that's the fucking thing.
Well, don't black pillars say that's already baked into women's preferences? Like, they want a tall guy, they want a fit guy, they want an athlete?
In my opinion, I think that tall and fit are bonus boxes, but women aren't choosing solely for that. You might fuck somebody who has that and then find out that they're not relationship material as a woman. You can get tricked by that. But I don't think a woman would date a guy just because he's tall or just because he's athletic. Some women will, but I don't think that's enough.
Maybe not just because, don't you admit women on dating apps are going to like...
That's going to be the first
height.
thing you look. But like a really good example, I'm not trying to
But
be
you
mean.
just said it won't be the first thing.
What?
You said height and physique won't be the first thing. But on
To
dating apps-
make a relationship work. It might be the thing that gets your foot in the door, but it's not going to sell a relationship.
Okay.
I'm not being mean or whatever here or whatever. But like, for instance, like yesterday, we looked at Our Relevant. He's very tall. He's pretty handsome. He's really ripped. But like, he needs a lot of help for talking to women.
Yeah.
Like that, even he fits those boxes perfectly, okay? Fucking Black Dynamite, okay? He's ready to go fuck shit up. But like, he needs a lot of help on other things that's gonna make him, compared to, no offense, I'm not trying to be mean or do anything, okay? But like the Darius guy on stream, probably shorter. He's like cute, okay? But he's not as big. I guess it's arguable who's more attractive, but Darius, because of his attitude, because of his charisma and his humor, I think that guy can fucking slay, and he does, because he's funny as fuck, and he can like make people laugh and be cringe and awkward and all of that, right?
Yeah, charisma works more in like warm spaces where you can actually get to know someone's personality and not just like reduce them to their height and physique.
Sure.
But I guess
on Tinder it's harder because you're
part of this argument is that with the rise of technology, dating apps, and Instagram and stuff, the presence of warm spaces is like disappearing, and so women aren't gonna be able to like value charisma as much, and it's getting reduced more to.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think the issue is that like there's two problems. One is that if you're a guy who lacks charisma, no matter how many times you go to the gym, you're still fucked. You have to work on those people's skills. You might get your foot in the door, but then that's it. It's like a girl that has big boobs that streams, and on her first stream she gets 500 viewers because people want to see her boobs, but then she's boring as fuck, and for the rest of her stream she gets 10, 15. This has happened over and over and over again. There are so many people on Twitch that say like, oh, a lot of girls are just booby streamers. That's bullshit. If you've watched Twitch for a long time, there's a lot of girls that are booby streamers that stream one time, they're big for one stream, and then no one watches them because they're boring as fuck. All the big streamers that are booby streamers are usually fun to watch. They've got a personality, they've got other shit going too. Nobody can get carried on their looks long term. And I think for relationships, I think it's the same thing. A guy that's tall and looks good can definitely get his foot in the door and maybe like hook up with women too, assuming he's not fucking retarded. But like, I don't think that's enough to like actually get a relationship. I don't think you're gonna, looks aren't gonna carry you alone on that, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's saying this is the old contract, so he's not saying, like, you were just saying, why do you need protection nowadays? And he's saying that's not relevant. He was saying that's more for...
Oh, sure, yeah, I guess. I hear this protection shit so much, it's just fucking cringe. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. The new contract is a bit more complex, as it may sound good on paper but doesn't work in practice, like communism. It boils down to, I don't need a man, men are trash, down with the patriarchy, believe all women, you get the idea. Now that we understand the difference between the two contracts, let us dive into the old contract. Though void and technically no longer in effect, it pays to review the old contract. Men and women head with each other for several reasons. First, it's human nature. No matter how much women hate the past or feminists detest tradition, there's no denying that men and women evolved over thousands of years to interact with each other in a certain way. These biological realities are reflected in the old contract, and no matter how much women would wish otherwise, they're inescapable. He just keeps looping.
Yeah.
Indeed,
It's
times
like all red pill content always. Yeah.
like he just keeps saying it, as much as feminists attest to. Okay. Indeed, times have changed. Indeed, feminism has burned the old contract. However, political fads cannot undo 200,000 years of evolutionary hardwiring that all men and women have. To deny the old contract is to ignorantly deny human nature. Second, not everyone is entirely on board with the new contract, which will be described in detail in the next chapter. Some people reject the new contract and insist on adhering to a tradition. Examples include women who wish to be stay-at-home moms, religious people, etc. Some accept parts of the new contract but still hold on to some of the old. Examples include feminists who want you to pay for a date, career women who leave the workforce to raise their kids, men who will commit but not marry, etc. Some people fully accept the new contract. Examples include feminists with purple hair, people that identify as one of the 3 million genders, androgynous men who are open to open relationships, parents okay with outsourcing their children to the state, etc. Hell, a lot of people don't know and are in the process of figuring it out for themselves. Regardless, the point is that we're in a transitioning period where a significant percentage of the population either wholly or partially subscribes to the old contract, rendering it valid. Third, no matter how much women want to be men, they're still biologically women. They can pursue men's sports, they can have great careers, they can scream about how much they don't need men while they dress like men. They can even hate themselves so much that they cut off their hair and their tits, dye their hair green. It's just... Did he even edit this? He's saying the green hair thing again.
It was purple hair before, okay?
True. Mutilate their genitals, tattoo their whole body, and I feel like he wrote this in like a coke-induced rage and didn't even revise it. However, in the end, no matter what they say on a biological level, they're still women and will consequently behave so on some level, again making parts of the old contract valid. Fourth, as women are confused today about their role in modern society, so are men. This is because the biological nature of the old contract runs contrary to the statutory nature of the new contract, explained in detail in the next chapter. For example, men pursue the opposite sex traditionally, which is encouraged under the old contract, but such actions are frowned upon, discouraged, or even outright punished under the new contract. For example, it was perfectly all right to buy a girl flowers in the past, and she would naturally be inclined to enjoy them, but if not done under the precisely right circumstances and conditions today, such a move would likely label you creepy, desperate, or even borderline stalker.
Wait. Okay, here's another thing, okay? For a long time, I think that women have been socialized to just deal with men that, like, act creepy. And, like, you just kind of, like, laugh it off because that's what happened, but now we, like, shine a little bit more of a spotlight on that behavior. There's a lot of things that we seem like they're new today have probably always been the case. It's just people weren't necessarily held accountable for it. There was that thing on, there was that YouTube video where, like, it used to be common for us to just pinch women in the butts, like when they'd walk by, or like for airline attendants, you would just do that. There was a woman that did an interview on the street. This is in 1970 on the BBC.
It's all very well men being amused at women's struggle for equality of the sexes. But how many of them really realise the hazards of being a girl alone in any big city? It's not just the battle against the peepers, the prowlers, and men who go bump in the night and daytime, but it's the bus conductors who squeeze your hand and bowler-hatted businessmen who pinch your bottom. Well, enough's enough. I, for one, am going to pinch a few bottoms myself. Hello, so how do you feel about ladies picking gentlemen up in the streets?
Pardon?
How do you feel about ladies picking gentlemen up in the streets?
Well, I always do myself.
Hello.
I see.
Do you think it's a nice idea if ladies molest gentlemen in the streets? Instead of the other way around for a change?
It's refreshing, if nothing else.
Do you think it's nice if ladies come up and pinch your bottom?
Oh, just with the game boys. Not more than at my age, surely.
Oh,
We
why
won't
shouldn't
pinch
they?
my bottom for her.
Hello, so how do you feel about the complete equality of the sexes?
Do what?
Complete equality of the sexes.
No.
It's true. That is true too. They should have got a fat, ugly woman to do this. It would have hit way harder.
Excuse me, how do you feel about women pinching men's bottoms in the street?
I didn't know that. No, but that was a bit of a shock, actually.
Thank you.
But anyway, yeah, like shit like this has always like been the case.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You can well, like you have no, because you don't fucking go outside. 'Cause you're an actual fucking, what's the name of somebody that, what's like an incel for like going, yeah, hermit, yeah,
Okay.
you're a hermit cell.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like guys like randomly like just like touch you in public places, like they're like moving by you, like putting their hand on you, and they're like walking by you, behind you and shit?
No, because I'm very paranoid and I'm always Like I cross the street and if someone's like half a mile
Okay,
away.
yeah, you're actually a fucking hermit.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you can still buy women flowers, but you're gonna have to find a way to not be fucking creepy about it, okay? Like if you send like a girl that you like who likes you flowers at her workplace, it'll probably be really flattering. But if there's a girl that you have a crush on that you've never spoken to in your entire fucking life, and you just send her flowers, it's just gonna be really fucking weird. Have you never been to a club?
So, not really.
Wow. Yikes.
I went to one here.
Yeah? You've been to Dubai like 7 times though. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is
What
that
were
a
you gonna
fresh
say?
reference?
That was a, yeah.
Yeah. I went on a date with this guy and he texted me the night before. We barely talked and he was just like, "What's your favorite color, by the way?" And I already knew when he asked that. I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, just trust me." I immediately knew he was going to buy me flowers for our date. And I was going to actually text him and say, "Please don't buy me flowers." But
Wait. Was this a first date?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he comes to pick me up and he's standing outside his car holding flowers with like the color I said. I don't even know what I said. But I was going to text him, yeah, when he said that and say, "Please don't buy me flowers." But I was like, nah, that's going to come off so cunty because what are the odds he's actually going to do that? And he did. It's not that it's creepy because, right, we had a date or anything. So I don't think.
Okay,
that's
here's a
equivalent to
question.
The bum pinching thing.
What if he asked you what your favorite candy bar was and he brought that instead?
That's more personalized, I guess. The flowers thing to me just was kind of threw me off. Because I think I told him as well. The reason
Candy bar's a winner,
I
guys,
didn't
okay?
find it personable is because I told him I just moved to LA. I'm like living in an Airbnb, right? I'm moving out in like a week. Like, why? I don't want to lug flowers, like a whole, you know what I mean, bouquet of flowers around.
You're just not sentimental.
Maybe. I'm.
Wow.
But do you think it's cunty that I was not annoyed, but I didn't find it like. I thought it was sweet that he did it, but I don't like the.
I think in
I like
my
the
opinion,
intention, not the actual content. Of
yeah.
it.
So in my opinion, reminder she called herself a hopeless romantic. Did you?
Yeah. Does that mean I have to subscribe to like the
Yeah, romantic
traditional
things.
conventions of romance?
Yeah. What do you
I find
think?
romance, personability, and like intimacy that's like specific to our connection, not just like women like flowers. So I'm
Cringe.
getting flowers.
So like missionary instead of doggy style.
I don't know.
That was a Zerka joke. Okay. Why do people give people flowers? What's the point of that like gift?
I guess I don't know. Why do they?
Okay, the point of a gift like flowers, guys, is supposed to be to show somebody that you're thinking of them, right? That's why it's a flattering thing to have once you're especially past the honeymoon phase. But like on a first date, like I don't need to give you flowers. Obviously, I'm thinking of you. We're like just meeting each other. We're like, yeah, no shit. We're like, obviously, we're probably really thinking about each other a lot if it's like a new budding romance. So like stuff like flowers and stuff early on doesn't make any sense. Flowers are like a killer gift for like a husband or a wife when you've been dating for like 6 months or together for like a year or two, and then you give somebody flowers. It's like, oh, he was like,
yeah. So when I was actually dating my ex and he'd randomly surprise me with flowers, I actually really liked that.
yeah, that's cute.
Because obviously he knows me, but with that guy, it felt like more he was trying to just
Like
do
he was
it
trying
because
to
it
like
felt
get
like a script.
He was getting pussy points. He was
Yeah.
like putting the coins in the machine.
Kind of like it literally is so congruent with what's his name, Tom.
Tom.
Who Myron even admitted he went there with the intention of smashing.
Or Dick, I
And
think.
so
Wasn't
he,
that
like,
Dick's
ironed
story?
his shirt, polished
Yeah.
his shoes. So that's what the flowers kind of felt like.
Yeah.
But I'm also a cynical bitch. So
Okay.
that's
Do you think you can? I think you can do this. Okay. What if you hung out with these guys for like 5 minutes?
Who?
My chat. I think you can handle it.
I can't. Why?
You can, because that other mic is here, and if I could set up both mics, this setup would just work so much better. But I'm pretty sure that other mic came in.
Put on their little video game, and then I'll come with you.
What video game? No,
You put on things when you leave.
but now I have you to put on.
I'm gonna get stressed.
Just talk to them. Look here.
Don't do this to me.
It's like 3 minutes. I just have to go downstairs, get the box, and come back. Look at them. Look there. Look how excited they are.
I'm gonna cry.
You'll be fine. Don't worry.
I don't know what any of this means. They don't explain the pictures to me. They
Okay,
just
you don't have to
all they
worry
do
about the
is
pictures.
Draw little pictures.
Yeah, don't worry about the pictures. Okay.
Can someone tell me what the pictures mean?
It just depends. Okay. It's like 2 minutes. I'm just running outside.
I can't even read what any of them are saying. It goes so
Slow
fast.
down.
Can you slow down?
You're doing great.
It's just this picture over and over. They're going faster.
Okay, stop, guys.
No, it's okay. This is bullying. I'm just
Okay.
What does that mean?
Now it's only subscribers.
No, let them do what they want.
No,
Why?
because they lost the right to. Okay, good luck. You're fine. Like 2 minutes, okay?
So do you guys like Mira?
Don't talk anybody on my fucking stream.
Why would I shit talk Mira? Also,
Actually, you know
I can
what,
shit
sir?
talk Mira if I want. We're
Hello,
friends.
Farah. Great job reading so far.
What is this?
Nails.
There's like a automated voice.
Do what?
An automated voice just played.
What the fuck?
Who's sending you mail? Mira is a cunt, they said.
What the fuck is this? Is this like some lady? Like a real estate lady? Don't be careful playing dresses on that. I don't know what it is. I think it's like a real estate lady.
Your address is already doxxed.
Well,
Because of me and my
don't
community.
tell them. Can you chill? Do you know what OPSEC is? Just you don't have to
I don't-
remind them.
What is that?
What?
UPSEC?
Operational security. Okay.
I don't know.
Just
Can
You
I
fucking
open,
cuckold. Nails, 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 nails.
Can I open paint and jostling, or is porn gonna appear and you're gonna yell at me?
no, you're good. There you go. Be
Okay.
careful, okay?
Okay.
Hello, Faria. Please say Obama.
I don't understand what this voice means. Is that like if you pay a certain amount, you can type things?
Nails, nails, nails,
Far,
nails,
do me a
nails.
favor. Far, I know you can hear me.
Who is this, Darius?
Yes. On the bottom left, you see what that magnifying glass is?
I'm not clicking anything. He will physically abuse me if I touch his computer outside of what he's opened.
You get to it longer. You're fine. You're okay. I promise.
Hey,
Bottom left is a
Farah, can you
magnifying
rate Destiny's
glass.
Rose?
Listen, I'm not opening anything.
Oh my god, Far, you're such a pussy!
He beat me after the stream yesterday.
He did, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? I would never do something like that to you.
Really?
Yeah.
What if I wanted you to?
Then you'd end up just like Rihanna.
You think she wanted it? Is that what you're implying? Did you leave?
There's a lot of stuff going on. Give me one moment.
Hi, Fairy. In one of the voices in your head, listen to me and only me. The images in chat are them trying to get you. Don't let them type. Mega Nuke Nails in chat now.
I don't know what you're saying. And I don't care. How do I fill in... Oh.
Obama.
Play the game.
Huh?
Play the video game.
Who's saying this?
Who do you think?
If I touch the video game, he will
Just play the-
throw acid at me.
It'd be worth it. Trust me. This is an addictive video game. You'll love it.
No. You're baiting me.
I'm not baiting.
I know
any-
better.
How do you know better? You don't. Take the advice.
I don't
you
even
gave
know who's talking to me right now, and I know better. Some lizard? Wait,
I'm no. This is the future you talking to
this
you.
is like the devil on my shoulder talking
Are you supposed
to
to
me.
have a boner before the girl
Yes, a
sees it?
great
Or
new
are you
hobby
supposed to be
that will
soft
be
and then you take your
addictive
pants off and then you
and
become hard?
will suck you into a whole new world.
The game?
The game.
What's this game called?
It's called The Last Spell. Just play the game.
No.
Okay, can you at least play Slither.io? Open up the tab.
I am not allowed to touch anything.
L.
I basically have like a mental
Oh.
child lock on.
Oh.
I'm only allowed to paint this picture. And I'm too stupid to even do that. I messed up these eyes. So just chill.
Paint a picture of a video game. No balls.
Huh?
Obama.
I'm just. Fuck,
How many
I can't-
people are here?
I can't work with you.
Yeah, you can't.
L.
Do you want to
L.
do you want
L.
L.
L. L L L L L L L L L L L L L L L L.
Hello, Florida.
How do I turn you all
It is
off?
your president,
L.
Donald J. Trump.
L.
Thank you for having defended my honor on January
L
6th.
L L
I
L
know
L
you are the
L
biggest
L
MAGA
L
fan, and I
L
appreciate
L
your protests to the stolen
L
election. Now say
L
Obama.
L
Far, do you know anything about pH
You guys are
levels?
like
L.
human birth control. Do you guys want to debate
Let me
rape?
tell you something. Folks, I know a lot of people.
Conversation of
And
rape?
let me tell you,
Like,
Far
if it should
is
be
tremendous. She's fantastic. People are always telling me, Donald, you gotta meet Far. She's the best, and you know what? They're right.
No way, did she mute us?
Yeah.
Far, what are pH levels? Far, what is the white, like, flaky stuff?
What are you talking about?
Okay, do you want me to give you the story?
Please.
So, actually, I think it'd be better if I'm irrelevant. Go ahead.
What the fuck are you talking? I don't even know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? Okay, so I was with this girl, and I went downtown.
Okay. I can't hear you. There's Do you hear what I hear or no?
Am I autistic or are you guys both weird?
No, someone did like the voice thing, so it was just a.
God, I love Dan so much it's unreal. Farrah, do you think Dan is a cool guy? I just think he's the best. Dan. He's so hot right now, Dan.
I don't know who Dan is, but I think we're getting drunk tonight. Is that Dan sending that?
I N A L L L L.
They're baiting me to play your game.
What? No, don't do that.
I know.
Try to draw a DGGL emote. DGGL.
This is you. I drew you.
That's me?
Yeah.
Nice. That's beautiful. Why do I have 4 pupils or whatever?
I was trying to make you endearing.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Are you ready to continue?
Yeah.
I ordered a renewed version of this. Fuck, I didn't even know that.
Can you make this a sticker?
No, because it's gone.
I didn't play your game. Because I don't believe in destroying the work people have done.
I can take a screenshot from my VOD, don't worry. We'll turn it into a thing.
Damning lav.
Good. I paid over $400 for this, and they sent me a renewed one. Is this renewed? Does it say that on here? I assume this was new. Oh, it says renewed. How can it be so expensive if it's a fucking refurb? How cringe. Ugh. Whatever. Okay. Sorry. Okay, go.
Poetic Flacco. Also, this Destiny.
You're gonna be huge, dude.
You gotta take care for streamers where they would come on to talk and you just supervise. Now you're supervising a literal quote child when they...
True.
This Destiny clip is hilarious. Let's see. Now I'm getting clips.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's the one I saw. See, this is what people want to see.
Destiny exposes Hassan in debate with Fart. What is this clip? You're making me look obsessed now. I don't usually talk about Hassan, and now you brought him up, and now I look obsessed.
I'm sorry, we should just fix it on your obsession with Mr. Girl and watch his doll
Yeah,
video.
that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Did I meet this person?
Meet who? Flacco?
Wait, where'd he go?
He's part of the No Jumper universe. The
Saw
one that-
you on Destiny. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You better pay me for that exposure.
Where'd it go? Oh. Have you met this person? I don't know who this is.
I haven't met him in real life, but we've spoken a lot.
When I
Not a
respond
lot.
to him.
I don't know. Are you gonna keep reading? Or are you networking right now?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both? Okay.
Yeah. I watched you reply to like 800 emails.
Yeah. Well, and?
I'm replying to one DM. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, Destiny's such a triggered little bitch.
Shut up. Why are you being so rude to me? I'm so nice to you.
I love.
I'm giving you the world, okay?
You're giving me the world?
Yes. That's what you're getting.
Okay.
You're gonna... Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, you do deserve less. Okay, go. Start at the beginning.
Okay. I feel like they don't like the way I read.
They do. They love it.
Okay. Where were we?
At the very beginning.
The whole thing?
You read like 2 sentences in, and then I stopped you.
What are you talking about? We read all of this.
Oh, yeah, true.
We read down to the flower stalker part.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, keep going then.
Like Tom, Dick, and Harry, you think you're doing everything right and are. Oh, we never settled like the flowers debate thing.
Was it a debate?
No, I guess I was just curious. Like, do you think it's bad that I was like slightly off put, or do you think it's justified? Because I was trying to figure out, like, am I just being a cunt?
Okay. Here, this is my issue with it. Okay.
Because I'm not doing it from a place of radical feminism where I'm like, oh, he doesn't think I'm a person. That's why he got me flowers. I was more so just like.
Well, I mean, you might be a cunt. Okay, so that's like a separate
Right.
conversation. My issue is this. Okay. If you're buying somebody flowers without understanding why, it seems very mechanical. So, like, it comes off as insincere.
Yeah.
Like, flowers on a first date is something I think a high schooler could get away with, but for a normal person, it just seems kind of cringe. Like, why are you buying some flowers? Also, for me personally, getting somebody a gift, especially on a first date, that's going to require some type of upkeep is really cringe.
It's like getting them a pet.
Well, not quite that extreme, but yeah. Like, I don't know is this person really going to want, like, the responsibility and everything of like maintaining flowers and shit? I don't know. It's a lot. That's a lot for a first date. No,
I agree. I think how you put it is perfect. You're saying like it's so unnecessary for a first date because it's just gesturing to show like I'm thinking of you, but it's like yeah,
like I know you're thinking it's a first date.
It's a first date.
Not a good one.
Yeah, I think the other reason I'm also off put, like I have this male friend, he's Jamaican, so he'll always open the car door for a girl. Like he'll walk around to the other side, even if it's just his friend. You know what I mean? Just like me to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always kind of off put by that because it's like it's one thing if we were both headed in the same direction, but he won't let me open the door. Like he'll walk all the way around. And the reason it off puts me is because I always thought he was kind of performative. Like he'll do it especially around like male friends or something, and it always just makes me feel like I'm his girlfriend or something, or like he's, you know what I mean, kind of pissing on me a little bit. And I don't know if that's just me being cunty.
What? You're mad because he's opened the door for you?
So you know how like if we walk into a building, you open the door because you're the first one to walk in, and you're gonna hold it open because that's being nice and normal.
Yeah.
So if he's with his male friend, like if me, him, and a male friend, or like me and my female friend were the only ones in our friend group, the only females in the friend group, and it was like 10 guys, whatever. So if we're all hanging out, he'll only open the door for me and my female friend, like the car door. So I didn't like that because I'm like, we're all just friends, but it makes me feel like kind of.
Oh,
you
in
get
a
what I'm
group
saying?
setting, that's a little.
In a group
weird.
setting, it makes
That's a little
it,
weird, yeah.
the implication makes it seem like I'm your girlfriend or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
or like
for
you're
sure.
courting me.
Yeah, that's weird.
And the reason I was off put by it and found it performative is because like this friend, we had this like fight because we'd go to bars and then he would just like leave if he met a girl and just like abandon me there. So I was like, okay, clearly this guy doesn't really care that much about my safety, but then he does this thing really mechanically to kind of show that he's like a gentleman. And that's what I was saying that this page kind of shows. It's like he'll get the flowers or get the bottle of wine. You know what I mean?
But he's just looking.
Yeah.
It's all like very shallow.
Yeah.
So to revisit that, like on a one-on-one, if you can as a guy, it's always good to like open doors for people and shit. That's always going to be seen favorably.
For anyone, I think it's
sure, but especially on a date for a girl, you should. There's no reason not to. But if you're in a group setting, it's kind of weird if there's like 5 or 6 of you hanging out and you're like going out of your way to always open the door like for the one girl or whatever. That is going to come off as like kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't like it. Especially if they make the performance of like walking around and he's just like, oh, it's my culture to do that always for girls. And I understand it's coming from a nice place, but you know what I mean? I'm going to be off put by it. Yeah. Because I was trying to explain it to him. I was like, well, how would you feel if I walked... He's like, it's just me being nice. And I'm like, how would you feel if I walked around to open the door for you?
You have to be careful. You know that's
and
not a
he
good
said,
argument, right?
Well, he said I would feel infantilized.
Sure.
Why is it not a good argument?
Because you already understand the asymmetry thing, right? From the Todd thing. It's going to be looked at differently. Because he'll say, like, well, it would feel bad, but obviously it's because I'm a guy and you're a girl. That's a different thing, right?
That's not really explaining the asymmetry.
Well, the asymmetry is that in his culture you should be chivalrous to women, but women aren't supposed to be chivalrous to men.
But my point was I don't even feel like he's that chivalrous.
Well, but he does.
It's just in the performative thing.
Sure.
Like, same way this guy isn't being that... Is it chivalrous to fuck on the first date? I don't think so.
No, wait, what does that have to do with what we were talking about?
Tom. Isn't this the first date with this girl?
Yeah, hold on. You just, like,
So he's
dramatically
not...
topic changed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if a guy is doing something nice for a woman and then you start doing it for him and he's like, well, I don't like that. You're like, well, that's fine. I don't like it. That's not necessarily a good argument because he's going to be thinking, like, well, of course, you should like it, but I don't. But that's because you're a woman and I'm not, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's necessarily a good argument, but I'm saying it's also not a good counter to say, well, I should be able to do to you what you do to me when we know that it's going to be different, right?
Right, but I was just countering the chivalry part.
Sure.
And I was saying, like, we can use this example to show that he's not fully subscribing
it's
to
not
chivalry.
necessarily chivalrous if you're doing it just to get laid. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the fish emoji?
What is the fish emoji?
Yeah.
I don't actually know what it means. Usually if somebody says something awkward or they're not saying anything, they'll put the fish, but the fish emoji with the mouth open, I don't actually know what that one is for. They just do it sometimes.
Sometimes. It's like 10,000 in a row.
I don't know why they're doing it right now.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. Like Tom, Dick, and Harry, you think you're doing everything right and are, according to the old contract. But those right things... This actually aged really well with their Ben Shapiro scuffle. Because basically he's talked about the old contract.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. But those right things are in complete violation of the new contract, resulting in confusion and guaranteed failure. Understanding this will help eliminate much of your confusion about women today. Finally, men must understand the old contract because your destruction is written within it. Whether you like it or not, whether it's fair or not, the seeds of every man's destruction are embedded in his natural male biology, sex drive, and masculinity. Men who don't understand how traditional male nature conflicts with the new social contract of today face a life of poverty, strife, confusion, divorce, and even imprisonment.
Damn.
It's here where men's belief in outdated norms destroy them, and you must unplug from... He capitalized unplug. I wonder if that's because his Instagram handle is unplugfit.
Maybe.
And it's a plug. And you must unplug from what you're wired and taught to do. He laughed at my message where I said I like to trigger you. This is how I bond with people.
Nice.
Making fun of you. Me and Ethan, me and Flacco, me and Lav.
Just all about making fun of me, yeah?
Yeah. Men who don't understand how traditional male nature conflicts with the new social... Okay, just read this. How it used to be. Once again, burn this into your brain. Men provided resources and protection. Women provided sex and children. People may not like this emotionless, transactional view of men and women, but it doesn't make it any less accurate. The relationship between most men and women throughout all of history has been transactional. It's been prostitution. All men are Johns. All women are whores.
Jesus.
Do you see why I'm saying this is more charged than the
A little bit,
prologue. But whereas the cold, clinical, economic nature of men's and women's relationship may not be sexy, in a beautiful irony, what came from this transaction certainly is. Yes, a man's primary interest in a woman was, no doubt, initially sexual, but if it were the right girl at the right time with the right guy, love would often be the result. A woman might be viewed as evil by insisting a man make a certain amount of money before she commits to him, but in insisting a man may have his financial act together, stability would often follow. Financial stability lays a solid foundation to stabilize a relationship. This is just, the writing of this. Like, I wouldn't use stability and stabilize in the same sentence.
True, that's pretty sloppy.
Yeah. And eventually a family. So is she a whore demanding a man make money? Not really. That insistence is hardwired and results in children and a family that brings tremendous joy, arguably the whole purpose of life itself. Were women stingy, prudish, perhaps even arrogant in their choice of men? Are you insulted when a woman rejects you? Indeed, women have lofty, if not impossible, standards, but if it were not for those standards, not a single innovation, advancement, or technology would have been made by men to convince women otherwise. Nearly every innovation or creation in almost all of society and civilization would not exist if women did not effectively insist men achieve some level of excellence before having sex with them. Interesting. What do you think about that?
Was Einstein married?
I don't know.
I feel like there were a lot of famous scientists and inventors. Did Oppenheimer have like a wife, or did Kant have like a wife, or I have no idea. Tesla was an incel. What was the name of that one guy that was gay and like chemically castrated, that cracked the one fucking box for the German code? Oh, Turing, that dude. He was gay.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting.
Maybe he's like saying like men have only evolved to be like men have evolved to be great because women are selective. Maybe.
Do you know Christopher Hitchens?
Yeah.
He said that like he was talking about this in relation to humor, that like women aren't funny because humor was evolved so that men could like basically rizz up women.
Yeah.
So that's how humor comes to be. Like, men need to have something extra to make women like them. That's where you get like humor, like the entire industry of comedy. And I don't really feel like that's true, because I also think of like gay comedians like Tim Dillon and stuff. But I guess he more means like the institution of comedy as a whole. But I don't know if that's true, because when I think of humor, I think of it like you deflect awkward situations. Like, my family uses humor when things are awkward. It's like we're not trying to like fuck each other. So I feel like he's just reducing humor to just like a dating technique.
Who's more humorous, your mom or your dad?
I'd say my mom.
Really?
My mom's a sarcastic bitch. She's hilarious.
I know your mom. She's not very funny.
What do you mean you know her?
Just what I said.
You don't know her.
I do know her.
She roasts you.
Maybe to you.
She said you touch your face too much in your streams.
Oh, yeah. That's because she wants me to touch her face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here, move over. I can't do this because I don't have fucking cables. Fuck me. But I'll swipe this mic. I don't know if this mic will sound better or not, or if it'll work better for our purposes. Give me 1 sec. Hold on.
Is female. In a world where 50% of the population is female, one man had the audacity to write an article titled, "Why Women Aren't Funny." Now, Sarah Silverman, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, and writer Alessandra Stanley are striking back in Vanity Fair. Think Christopher Hitchens is worried? Think again.
There's only a dispute about what the answer is. There is no question that for women the need or ability to be funny is tremendously less than it is among men. Nobody has been found to deny that. Alessandra doesn't even try to deny it. If you were to ask me, has reading her article made me reconsider my view that women aren't, as a gender, funny, I would say very much to the contrary. She's been unable to write this piece without direct reference to the exceptions I made as well as the examples that I gave, and she even at one point echoes what I think is my strongest point, namely that women don't need to be funny. That for most men, if they can't make women laugh, they are out of the evolutionary contest. They are never going to get laid. Most men are fantastically unattractive. What women see in them is mysterious to most men as well as most women. If you can't make them laugh, you don't have a chance. With women, there's no need to be rendering yourself attractive to men in that way. We already find you attractive, thanks. I'm not saying that there aren't great female comedians. There are many, many, many. That's not the same as the female sense of humor. She makes the same distinction. I say the problem with female comedians up till now is they tend to be either dykes or Jews or butch. Roseanne Barr, Sarah Silverman, etc., etc. And these are all forms of emulating male humor. She says the same. What does she say is different? Well, now there are some that are also pretty, even if some of them are a bit butch and a bit Jewish. Well, okay. But she says, and I quote, by and large, however, stand-up comedy is tougher and meaner, and the women who do it play by men's rules. Well, that's exactly, in so many words, what I said. But now they're prettier and sexier, and they wear less and care less about the proprieties. So, what has been the achievement of my essay? It's been to make sexier women try harder to amuse me. Well, that was my whole plan to start off with. The salad of letters chosen by the magazine's correspondence editors criticizing me made me think I could write a sequel called How Some Women Apparently Can't Even Read, because where I had said, look, I'm not saying there are no female comedians, I'm not saying they can't do stand-up or a woman can't do it, you'd get a long, boring letter saying, I challenge Mr. Hitchens to a stand-up contest with this bull dyke I know in Portland, Oregon, who does a great stand-up routine. Right? Well, that's not getting the point, is it, dear? And it's trying, I find sometimes, irritating, time-consuming, annoying when they don't listen. Intuitively, everybody thinks that a sense of humor or wit is a sign of intelligence. So it can be, if people aren't following you closely, that
buzz? Wait, can you hear a buzz?
Yeah. A little bit.
No, it's fine. Fuck you. Okay.
You just asked if I could hear a buzz.
I crushed you on this. Oh my god.
We're gonna redo it at the end of today to get final scores. Okay.
Did you read the spit? You did, right? Okay.
No.
Oh wait, you didn't read the don't deny reality part, I don't think. Because everything meaningful came from the old contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go. Shut up.
However, whether you're aware of it or not, and whether you like it or not, modern trends have rendered this reasonable want impossible for most men. Worse, these trends have made your strong, natural male desires the ropes by which you will hang yourself. This is very poetic. Even worse, your strong desires will damn you to a tortured, wasted life of vainly pursuing this near impossibility. This is how Tom, Dick, and Harry fucked up and how Harry ruined his life. This is the risk every young man faces today. This does not mean to give up like a pussy. On the contrary, you should not deny your biological nature. You are hardwired to want women, love, sex, and for most of us, children. Wait, I don't think I've heard him talk about it. What's Myron's take on homosexuality?
It's gay? What do you mean?
Like, is his take kind of like Zerka's take? Because Zerka thinks anyone could be gay if you're just, like, degenerate. He's like, it's a choice, it's a party
Maybe we'll
mode.
get into that, but I doubt we're going to talk about gay people in here. That'd be my...
No, I was just curious because he said you're hardwired to want women. So I was like, is he only talking to straight men or is he saying every man?
He's probably going to say that gay people have been environmentally conditioned, or some people maybe are born gay, but it's like an error, basically.
Okay.
Right.
To deny your nature damns you to lead a miserable and unfulfilled life, which is what many modern women have foolishly done today. You must strike a balance that allows you to achieve your old contract desires while successfully navigating new contract realities. This will help you avoid divorce, financial ruin, heartbreak, or even jail. You must see the world for real, not what is ideal.
Wow.
You're shopping.
We're buying cables. Okay. Do you have any final things you want to say on that?
No. Just a little bit of, like, his own little philosophy. He hasn't really said anything that crazy yet.
Oh, you think we're hardwired? We shouldn't deny our biological nature? That we want women, love, sex, and children?
He hasn't, like, gotten into his thesis yet. Like, he's just laying the groundwork.
Okay. If you say so.
I say so.
Chapter 4, The New Contract. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, he's really laying it all out here.
He gave you a little cameo.
I don't need a man. Careful, you're gonna fucking stab yourself.
I didn't even notice.
Jesus. Whether it was Destiny Child's independent women. Oh, wait. Sorry, hold on. If you're a man alive today, there is a 100% guarantee that you have heard the words, I don't need a man. Whether it was Destiny Child's independent women, Beyonce's Run the World, Girls, or some other mindless soundtrack to modern women's delusion, you have heard this anti-male propaganda before. Ironically enough, Beyonce, every feminist's favorite musician, married Jay-Z, who has more status and higher net worth. Unfortunately, he also cheated on her, and she didn't go anywhere, despite releasing hit songs like Irreplaceable. In the song, she sings, I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute, baby. You must not know about me. I can have another you by tomorrow. Music like this encourages women to leave men. But clearly, she couldn't put Jay-Z to the left as she is the replaceable one. Every feminist's idol is the biggest hypocrite and is enslaved to her biology. Hypergamy never fails.
Does he really think hypergamy applies to multimillionaires?
Does it not? Is Jay-Z not worth more than Beyonce?
I'm not disputing that. I'm saying, do you think that's actually why she wouldn't leave? Because he makes more? She's clearly already set for life. She doesn't need, like, the extra income.
Her female organs are driving her towards resources.
But she has, like, she already has resources.
She needs more. Women are consumers. not producers. She's just trying to maximize her consumption.
Okay.
That's satire. Don't TikTok me, okay?
Why do you think I want you to read this book? And so I have audio of you saying all this so I can clip chimp it.
True.
Yeah, I'm going to remove the visuals. Keep going.
Perhaps you dismissed the phrase, I don't need a man, or you agreed with it in some technical sense. Still, like most men, you probably wrote it off as a mindless political slogan your average modern Western woman parroted to display her belief in some basic feminist principles. Maybe she was a Beyonce fan. However, there is a lot more weight to that statement than most men realize. Because while men may dismiss the statement as some girl trying to flex her feminist credentials, the girl is trying to tell you something much more important. Let's translate I don't need a man from womanese to English. I don't need you anymore, and consequently, we need to rearrange how men and women interact with one another in society. I need you to recognize that I'm no longer dependent on you, and both our behaviors need to reflect that. Even then, the average man might not pick up on this more fundamental message as his conditioning blinds him. So, what would help men understand the weight of this statement and why it has consequences for you is to view male-female relations through the historical lens of women. For nearly all of their existence, women needed men. While men could carve their existence out of the real world through their actions, women could not, making them wholly dependent on men. Consequently, women had to find a man and keep him happy. They had to dote on men, cook for men, have sex with men, even if they didn't want to, and take care of men. All of this lest they cared to die. Although you may have never done anything to keep a woman or have her somehow be dependent upon you, their entire bioevolutionary history is one where they have, in one way or another, been owned or kept by men. This is where the phrase... You getting triggered yet?
No.
Yeah, you should be. This is where the phrase liberated from men originated. This is why they parrot, I don't need a man. And though it may blindside you because you never kept a harem of women corralled on some ranch, their statement of independence is very real and serious to them.
I feel like... I know I was the one who ardently suggested we read this.
Yeah?
I think we should pivot.
So, wait, you don't want to finish this?
We're 14% in, and I feel like I get the gist.
What did you think this book was going to be?
I don't know. I thought it'd be... I don't know. I think we should argue. Like, I don't like agreeing with you. It's boring. Like, I don't like synergizing in us.
Yeah?
You know.
Oh my god, he had infographics? Your Tinder insights. 22-year-old gender female. You swiped 103,846 times. 625 right swipes, 496 matches, 140 chats, 0 dates, 0 relationships, 0 marriages. Oh my god. I'm just curious, how many... This person was doing 70 swipes a day on Tinder for 4 years. Whose dating profile is this? That's a lot of Tindering. Jesus. Oh, Instagram. True, has made people like you delusional. Agreed.
Yeah. Let's debate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, let me see if there's somewhere. Interesting graphics. Hold on. Loser women jobs. Based male jobs. Victim status. True. It cannot be said enough. You deserve more. Women deserve less. True.
The book will still be here when I leave. Like, you have it downloaded.
I know. Just wanna... You made me download this, so I'm just gonna look through it
I'm
real
so
quick.
sorry I made you download a free Kindle copy.
Oh, he's even got his shoutouts. Donovan Sharp is the official girl whisperer.
Let's find the Sneeko shout out.
We're working on it. Hold on. Rollo Tomasi. He wrote the founding book of Red Pill Philosophy, The Rational Male. Have you ever heard of that book?
No.
Wow. Cringe. Wow. He doesn't have Sneeko in here?
Damn. Is he not fresh?
Wow. Well, yeah, where's Fresh? Wait, have you seen any of this Donovan Sharp guy's videos?
Yes, you showed me.
The ones with the women training thing?
You showed me a lot.
Okay, good. That's a funny dude. Damn. I can't believe you bailed on our book reading.
Yeah.
Wow. Well.
I just think we should skip to the next. We're running out of time.
Yeah?
We only have 4 days
Jesus.
to milk content.
Okay, well, what do you want to talk about?
We could do the rape debate now.
I don't even know what the rape debate is. What do you think? Do you think I'm going to be pro-rape?
I think we need to redo the discussion that that was removed.
What discussion? Here, hold on. There we go. Oh, look at how bright it is. Okay. So am I taking the pro-rape position then, or?
You could take whatever position resonates with you, and it's not my fault that is the pro-rape position.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you're done shopping.
Go, hit me up. What's the...
I told you I can't do this.
Okay, let me order
You
my...
can't be distracted.
Order my cables. Hold on.
Because you're going to be like, delete the clip. I was shopping for cables. That's not my real view.
I don't need you deleting the clips when I got the full video, okay? So, I'm good.
Yeah, because Ryan Beard's going to go watch the full VOD.
At least I have it, okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. I can't believe I don't have fucking cables. I'm so stupid.
Dude, at least put fake lens in your fake fucking glasses.
Damn.
These do have lenses. The reason I remove it is because of the glare. But usually, I have
You just got dumpstered.
Yeah, I've never heard that one before. Fake glasses.
Huh. Need some Subway Surfers? Huh. Also dumpstered. Jesus. When do you... 19th, okay. Hold on, let me just think 1 second. Is there like a store on Miami Beach where I could buy XLR cables? What do you guys think? XLR cables, store near me.
Farah, how do you feel about the low tone Riz voice?
What is that?
What?
People say I speak in a low tone voice when I'm talking to women. Best Buy? You think Best Buy sells XLR cables? Do you know what emotions are?
No.
There's a Guitar Center, but I think that's like 30 minutes for me. I don't want to fucking drive. Oh, order now for pickup. I don't think they have XLR cables at... Fuck. I just need to order them. Micro Center? Do Micro Centers even exist anymore? Micro Center Miami. Can you say Obama?
No.
No. Okay, I'm just getting these on Amazon. But that means I won't have it till the 19th. Okay, 6-foot XLR cables, male to female. 2-foot XLR cables, male to female. Should be good. If there's any that arrive sooner. What are we actually talking about?
We have to like redo the discussion.
The one that we had at your house?
Yeah, because otherwise it's a waste, right?
Okay. I've only gotten stronger since then, and you already got crushed in that argument. So do you really think that's a good idea?
Yeah. Also, can you take me to CVS tomorrow?
What do you need to go to CVS for?
A refill.
Okay. Is there like one near here?
I don't know.
Okay. Boom. Okay, I'm just ordering this fucking. Okay, what do you want?
There's one. Yeah, 0.2 miles.
Yeah, I know where the CVS is.
You asked me if there's one near here.
I just making a conversation.
Okay. It's gonna commence now, so think very carefully about what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I will be clipping this.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you gonna cut out parts of my answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I need you to not like. I showed you a clip of how you answer things.
Uh-huh.
Like, I need you to ramble a little bit less.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Let's do this. No more bitching after this. What do you think is the leading cause of rape?
Rape bad. Okay. Go ahead. The leading cause of rape
See, now I have to
are
put,
rapists.
Now I have to put a cut, and they're
Sorry.
gonna call me evil for
My
putting
bad.
a cut.
Okay, let me redo
Do you
this
see
again.
what-
Let me answer the full. Okay. Rape is bad. The leading cause of rape are rapists.
You're sabotaging me.
I'm not. That's a good answer, I think.
No, because now people are gonna think you. I mean, you are being sarcastic. You don't
I'm
want to
not
actually
being
debate me.
sarcastic. Okay. Well, how do you define rape?
Rape is forceful sexual contact, which can include either not just penetration.
Wait, hold on. What part of that is funny to you?
Which can include either unwanted sexual contact of the rectum, vagina, mouth, penis.
When you say unwanted sexual contact, so if I touched somebody's mouth, have I raped them?
Some people would argue that touching anybody.
I'm not asking for some people arguing. I'm asking for your argument. What do you define as rape?
Well, I don't think definitions are subjective. Do you?
It seems like they are, because you're not giving me a coherent definition of rape, and the one you've given me so far probably disagrees with the legal one. But there are different legal and social and country definitions for rape, so I'm just trying to figure out what definition of rape you're using so I can answer you as accurately as possible.
Well, I would say right now we're not just talking about blanket sexual assault. We're talking about rape. So we're talking about like what?
I don't know what you mean when you say rape. Go.
Unwanted sexual intercourse.
So if I fuck somebody's mouth, does that count as rape?
Yes, because like I said, I was defining intercourse as anything involving the orifices I mentioned.
Anything involving? So if I shove my fingers in somebody's mouth, have I raped them?
Do you not want to debate this?
It is very important when we start this conversation to start from a coherent definition of rape. You're asking me what is the leading cause of rape. If you have an inability to define what rape is, I don't know if I can meaningfully answer your question.
That's actually a good response, because I feel like a lot of the criticism of the last one, people didn't understand what you were describing as rape. Like, you were talking more about like just sexual coercion. You were talking about sexual coercion, not sexual assault, I think, right?
Well, it feels like the definition that you're kind of giving now, where it's like unwanted sexual contact of like the rectum, vagina, anus, or whatever. In which case, that's kind of the definition I was using before. But then when I say like, oh, I think rape happens because men are too aggressive and women are too passive, and you're like, well, I think that rape is when you rape someone in an alleyway. You think that's a woman being passive? Well, it doesn't really work. Yeah, I don't know why you're giving me a dictionary definition of rape. I don't care what the dictionary defines it as, because I'm not arguing with the dictionary. I'm arguing with you. So you have to tell me what your definition of rape is. If you want to pick a definition, then sure, go for it.
Because it's not what you're asking me to do regardless. You're asking me to pick one of the several definitions, so why can't I get it?
No, I'm not asking you to pick a definition. My assumption is you had a definition in mind when you asked me the question. So I'm trying to figure out what definition you have in mind.
Unwanted sexual intercourse.
So then I ask again, is when you say intercourse and unwanted, I need you to like I need you to speak a little bit and give me like a coherent, like it's probably going to take you a couple sentences to get there. Like, what does it mean when we say rape? What does that mean? Because unwanted sexual, what do you mean by unwanted, and what do you mean by intercourse? Because fucking somebody's mouth is not technically intercourse, because I think that usually involves a vagina, but you'd probably consider that to be rape, right?
Yeah, that's why I specified and detailed the mouth, the asshole. I think women can rape men.
Okay. What about coercive stuff? Is that rape? Get a girl really drunk, get her in my room. She's not like blackout drunk, but she's a little compromised, and then we have sex. Is that rape?
It depends what definition you're using. That's why
I'm asking you for your definition.
I don't think I have a personal definition.
Then I can't meaningfully answer the question of what is the cause of rape if I don't know what you're asking. What is, I don't know.
Yes, you can, because if I ask you what's the leading cause of rape, you can start by positing your definition and then respond from there. You don't have to respond to something that already
So you
exists.
want me to give you my definition of rape and then go from there? Do you want me to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, obviously, if I ask you a question, I'm asking you to answer it, to deduce it from your perception of reality and your own definitions.
That's not obvious at all. Usually when people are asking questions, they're usually asking from their frame of reference. It's very unusual that you would ask from another
it's an
person.
invitation for you to detail your own frame of reference. That's why it's a question.
You're asking a question. So it's
Yes.
probably coming from your frame of reference. Unless you're doing like an interview of me for like a documentary, but you're not. It's like a debate. So you're asking with a definition in mind, probably, right?
Right, but unless I'm setting up the TikTok with putting text on screen saying rape equals this, you now have, it's fully your prerogative to give your own definition. You act like my TikTok audience is coming in, agreeing with my definition of rape when I've posited none.
Yeah, but the definition of rape, if I go into this with no clear definition of rape, then the comments are either going to be neutral to me or fucking horrible. There's no benefit to it being
Right, because you're
ambiguous.
assuming the default definition of rape differs from your own, so this would be your opportunity to describe what you think rape is.
Okay, if you want me to define it, then I can do that. We can start from there. Do you want me to do that?
Why would you assume the comments would be negative?
Because they could assume a different definition of rape than I'm using, in which case the things that I'm saying come
So what
across.
do you think their definition is?
It depends on what we're talking about. I don't know.
Why do you think the general consensus would be negative?
I didn't say it would be negative. I said it would be neutral to negative. If they use a definition that's closer to my definition, then it'd be neutral. They just hear what I'm saying. But if they're using a totally different definition, then it's going to be incredibly negative.
So you're not responding to my definition of rape, you're responding to the general culture's consensus. So you should define that, because it doesn't matter what mine is, because I'm not saying what it is.
Okay, am I having a conversation with you, or am I just trying to talk to TikTok?
It sounds like you're doing the latter if you're worried about neutral to negative comments.
No, I'm trying to keep both in mind. We're having a conversation, so I want your definitions, but then I also have to keep in mind, well, how does it look to a general audience if this is going to get clipped?
Then my definition wouldn't matter.
Well, it would,
you
because
have to be
I'm
responding to the cultural consensus.
well, no, because I'm asking you for your definition. If you want to say just give a definition and go, then I can do that.
Okay, define rape and then explain what you find to be the leading cause of it.
Okay, if defining rape in and of itself is kind of the boring word, I think. Okay, I think that the thing that people generally talk about are an idea of rape culture. When I think of rape culture, I think of a culture where men are highly incentivized to pursue and chase using sometimes unsavory means in order to get sex from a woman. And I think combined with the fact that women are conditioned to be relatively passive or accepting of men being assholes, I think that this creates like what we call rape culture. And the types of unwanted or coercive sexual actions that happen in there are a result of men being too aggressive and women being too passive. And these are things that need to be changed on both ends. That's what I would say.
Cool. So basically in the last video, the discussion that I thought was interesting, like I said, I agree with you. I don't think the interesting discussion is about the definition of rape. So I think we could even just lead out like what is the leading cause of rape and just get into the discussion of women's boundaries. Because that was basically what we ended up having the conversation about. Right?
Right.
Okay. So what are some ways in which you think women don't assert boundaries?
I think that women should be far more proactive when it comes to keeping guys away that are doing things that are making them uncomfortable, rather than trying to consider the guy's feelings too much or try to do things that they are worried will make the guy feel uncomfortable. Did I say that? Did I say the same thing twice? The example would be that, like, if a guy goes into your house and he starts to do like sexual things with your cat, he's like touching it, he takes his dick out, he's about to fuck the cat. Most people's response would be like a full-throated, "Get the fuck off my animal. What the fuck are you doing?" It would be immediate. Whereas for a guy and a girl doing the exact same thing and what is arguably a worse crime, raping a human versus raping a person, the woman would be like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm ready. Let's have another drink. Ha ha ha. Like, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. It feels like there's a lot more social anxiety, or there's a lot more conditioned awkwardness, or there's more of a social push for a woman to kind of acquiesce here when the guy's making a hit on her versus if it was like on an animal, where it would be like a get the fuck off my animal. And I feel like the response to the animal should be the response to the person, where it's like if a guy came over and you're trying to fuck your dog, you'd immediately be like, stop, this is not happening. What the fuck are you doing? But when they're trying to rape like a girl or doing like sexually coercive action with a girl, there's like a lot more hesitation there.
I completely disagree. I think the more grotesque the action, the less like you are to say something. Like if you see someone on like Flocka just crawling on all fours trying to eat you, you're going to have less of an easy time maybe asserting a boundary because you assume this is someone who it's harder to reason with. So I think if someone takes the step of sticking their dick in your dog, you might be a little bit more horrified. That's why you even hear stories of women who will literally observe their own friends, possibly, or not their friends, but see a woman get raped and they themselves freeze up, because I think even witnessing something horrific, if it's not happening to you, can even be harder.
Okay, so to be clear, you think that if a guy, on an average scenario, the guy was in a house, went over to a girl's house, and the guy, through the course of conversation, takes his dick out and starts to try to have sex with the woman's dog or cat, the woman would sit there quiet and horrified. You think that would be the normal response?
I don't know what the normal response is because it's not a commonplace or even occasional scenario, but I would assume if I saw something, I would like to think, for instance, when I hear stories of women saying that they freeze up watching other women get raped, it's very easy for me to say, what the fuck is wrong with you? How can you be a bystander for that? But then at the end of the day, I've never been in that position. And as much as I can say, no, I would not freeze up and paralyze, I've never been in that situation. So I can say, yeah, I would tell the guy, get the fuck off my dog. But I think when you see something really monstrous and grotesque, and that's such a alien experience, how can you know how you're going to respond? You have no schema for that.
Okay, if you can't answer the hypothetical, I don't know how we can pursue anywhere in this, because this is...
Or you cannot base it off the hypothetical, your argument.
I think what the hypothetical says is that in general, when people are doing actions that we find like objectionable, especially the things we care about, I think that people are generally very quick to say like, hey, stop that, don't do that. If somebody's like tries to hit or kick your animal, it would be like the worst thing in the world. I think that I don't know if you're too hesitant to answer the question because you're worried you're losing a debate or something.
No, I'm not.
But I think I would say very easily, without a second thought, that if I went into most women's houses and I started to abuse their animal, they would go fucking crazy. They wouldn't sit there quietly and just watch in horror. I can't imagine any woman having that response. It would be an insane reaction. Yeah. Or to like hit their children. But you're telling me, well, I couldn't even imagine. I don't know. But I do think that when sexually coercive situations happen, because there's a lot more interpersonal dynamics at play, because the woman doesn't want to upset the guy, she's worried that like she's been conditioned to be more like accepting of like guys being weird or creepy, that she doesn't have as much assertiveness around her own boundaries because of a lifetime of like letting people be weird or whatever, that like that negotiating that situation for the woman is a lot harder, versus if somebody tries to attack your animal, it's like a much more clear-cut stop, don't do that.
I wasn't saying people wouldn't stand up for attacking their animal. You described like a bestiality scenario. Same way I think if you saw someone fucking a dead body, your reaction would be a lot more horrified. That was my point, is that like you're not talking about someone hitting your dog. I said fucking was a bit weird.
It's the same thing, but the dead body is totally different. But the dead body would fit my example too. If there was like a funeral or something, and you saw somebody walk up to go fuck your dead brother or whatever, you'd probably also be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get off! This is crazy." You wouldn't just sit there quietly watching. But the corpse is something way different. I'm talking about an animal that's alive in your house. You can see it like a more normal. That's as weird as it is. It's probably more likely to fuck an animal than to fuck a corpse. But you would say something, I would imagine.
Yeah, I guess. Would you agree that it's easier to stand up for someone else than yourself? Like a lot of people have stronger boundaries when it comes to their friends and their family than they do for themselves.
I think it depends on what kind of attack it is, because there can be a lot of social pressure in a lot of different ways. So like if somebody's attacking your friend, but it's because your friend is doing something that might be weird, and you're worried that if you defend your friend, people are going to think you're weird. In that case, no, people probably wouldn't defend the friend. But if somebody's doing something that's clearly wrong, and you feel strongly like that you're in the right defending your friend, you probably would be more likely to defend your friend. So I think that's going to depend on the scenario.
Okay. So you think the issue with women asserting boundaries is that they're just not asserting them? That's what you're saying? Or is it that they're giving unclear boundaries, or both?
I think that hookup culture or the hookup dynamics are such that men are generally the ones that have to pursue and initiate every single interaction. Women are oftentimes giving hazy or unclear yeses or nos for a variety of reasons. It might be because they're worried how the guy will respond if they say no. They don't want to pick up a stalker. It might be because they want to say yes, but they don't want to be seen as too easy. Or for any number of reasons in between, they might be undecided. They might not want to say yes right now because they'll change their mind in the future. They might want to say no right now because they change their mind in the future. There's like a lot of haziness that the guys are kind of, the onus is on them to interpret that and then proceed accordingly. But I think that in that scenario where the guy is constantly making the moves and the woman is on the receiving end, that it creates a bad environment and a lot of room for a bad error, which in this case results in like women getting coerced into sexual activity.
So I think this was one of our points of contention, was that you were saying women need to be better at verbalizing boundaries, aka saying no, versus in the Aziz Ansari story, the girl was not saying no, she was more so saying next time, whatever, which leaves room open for interpretation that maybe she's just being hard to get. But then you also say when women verbalize a clear verbatim no, that could also still be nebulous because the guy could be interpreting it as her just not wanting to come off as slutty. So what is the proper verbalization of no?
Okay, you have to understand, it's like saying, well, you said that wearing a seatbelt can protect you from dying in a car accident, but some people wear seatbelts and then they still get killed. So what are you supposed to do? I don't know how to compute that question because it's so stupid, right? Verbalizing a no is going to help you in a lot of cases. Not in every case, and in some cases, you might have to do more than just verbalize a no. Or in some cases, you might even have to physically assert a boundary. These are all like steps that you take along in it. That's like saying like, oh, like I texted a woman good morning and then we had a good conversation, but she won't fuck me yet. Oh, well, of course not, because it's more than just like a good conversation if you want to hook up with somebody. Oh, so then what's the point of the conversation? Well, this is just one of many things that you do to like navigate these types of interactions. Sex is like a really big deal. There are huge costs to it. It could be pregnancy, it could be rape, it could be STDs. There's like, sex is some of the most life-changing, ordinary behavior that we do. The idea that there's just like one word we can say and all of a sudden everything is easy and simple and figured out is really naive in my opinion.
Okay, so your argument is no is not going to completely ameliorate the risks of sexual assault, but it will mitigate them to some degree the same way wearing a seatbelt was. But aren't you sort of adulterating the impact of the word no when you say things like, sometimes when women say no, it's because they don't want to be perceived as easy. Like you're taking away the tool in our toolbox that you're assigning us and saying, this is what will help protect you. Same way a seatbelt will, but then you're kind of snipping at it.
The problem is everybody takes away the tool. Like men take away the tool, but women take away the tool too. That's why I said it's a problem that has to be worked on both sides. It's not just men and it's not just women, right? Like if men are trying to interpret some no's as yeses, that's obviously kind of a fault on men. But if some women use no's when they mean yes, that's also a fault on women. That's why I said it's an issue for both sides that they have to work on. Like women need to be less ambiguous and more straightforward. Men need to be more able to accept like a certain answer and then like be okay with it.
I'm just saying, what is the benefit of even saying sometimes when women say no, it's because they don't want to be perceived as slutty? That just feels like you're just fortifying the plausible, you know what I mean? The plausible deniability.
I mean, it's just an analysis of like the reality of like hooking up. Sometimes people aren't 100% forthcoming on what their desires are. But I mean, like, again, it's like if the guy and the girl want to have like a sexual interaction at the end of the night, this is something that a guy has to take into account that he's navigating when he's like going after that interaction.
It just doesn't feel helpful at all for him to even consider that her no might mean that she just doesn't want to come as a slutty. Like, if you wanted to stray on the safe side, why not just say, always take no as no? Like, how are you mitigating rape culture at all by positing that?
Well, I mean, like, you could say always say no is no, but then what's going to happen is the guys that listen to that are going to have unsuccessful outcomes in hookups or dates, and women that are meeting guys like that are going to have unsuccessful outcomes because they're not hooking up. So then the people that are going to be selected for, I think, are going to be like the more rapey guys. Like, it's just because then the guys that are interpreting that more ambiguously or favorably towards themselves are going to be the ones having more success in terms of hooking up with people. So that's why I said the push has to come from both sides. It can't be just tell all men to take all no's as no's. It also has to be telling women to stop saying no when it could be yes, or be more clear or consistent with your boundaries.
Why can't we just assume that when a woman says no, it is a no? Where are we even getting this idea that it's ambiguous?
Do you think that sometimes women aren't 100% forthcoming about wanting to fuck because they're worried about being perceived as slutty?
Possibly, but like I said last time, that's still a no.
What if the woman wants to fuck, but she's relying on the guy to like move a little bit more strongly against her, like being a little bit ambiguous? Do you think that happens? This is important because if you don't think it happens, then I understand your confusion. I think this happens a lot, but if you don't think it happens, then I understand why this is a confusing topic.
I don't think we should normalize hooking up with women who give mixed signals like that.
Yeah, but now you're putting the onus 100% on the men to change that. Like,
no, I'm not. I'm putting
Okay,
the
so then
onus
do you
on
also
men
then would
to
you
interpret a no at face value?
Yeah. So
not as
then
an invitation of foreplay.
Sure. So then would you also tell women that they shouldn't be ambiguous then when they're saying no, that they need to stop doing that as well because they're contributing to the same rape culture that men are when they perceive that no as being maybe a yes?
Yeah, I would say if a woman says no and she really means yes, you should probably say what you mean. But even if you mentally are saying yes, but you're verbally saying no and the guy pursues sex, I would still, and then you say afterwards that he raped you, that's still rape even if the desire was there.
Right. Okay, we're not even at the rape part yet. Hold on, I'm just trying to see if I can get you on this part. I agree that men shouldn't interpret no's ambiguously, but then you have to say that women shouldn't use no's ambiguously. Like, it has to be clear on both sides. Right now you're giving all the agency to men as mind readers, and you're telling women to act like retarded children. It has to be from both sides, because if we're putting all the expectations on one side, whatever you say is pointless. It's just virtue signaling. It's not going to happen. There's never going to be a culture where all the men make one decision and then the women will have to follow suit, or all the women make one decision, and then it has to come from both sides. I don't know why we can't just say like men shouldn't interpret no's as maybes. They should just hear a no and like back off. But women need to stop playing games with no's or boundaries. If you say no, it means no. Don't expect the guy to keep pushing.
I don't know how you're suggesting that I'm suggesting men should be mind reading when I'm literally saying the opposite. I'm saying ignore whatever physical signal she's giving you. If she's verbalizing a no, I'm saying back off. That's really the opposite of mind reading. I'm saying you don't have to factor anything in besides the verbal consent.
Okay. So do you think that women should be ambiguous with their no's? Is it okay to still have that tool in their toolbox, or should women be super clear when they say no, it means no every time?
Yes, I don't think you can have ambiguous and no in the same sentence. I don't care if I'm at your place. I don't care if I accepted the glass of wine. If I'm saying no, there's no ambiguity there.
Okay, hold on. Then backed up to my other question. Do you think that women are ever ambiguous with no's?
I think what we said last time about women putting no hookups in their bio on Tinder, I would say that's more ambiguous because that could just be a filtering preference. But I think in the moment, if you're at a woman's house or your house and you ask her, do you want to have sex? And she says no, I don't think there's ambiguity.
Okay, here's a way that I might see this play out, okay? A woman might say something like, hey, we can go back and hang out at your house tonight if you want, but I don't want to have sex, okay? I don't want to do sex, okay? This is a statement that I've heard personally where that statement didn't mean anything. Now, I could interpret that as like, okay, absolutely no sex. We're not even gonna go to my fucking bedroom. We're gonna sit on opposite ends of the couch. We're just gonna watch a movie. We're gonna be chill, whatever. Maybe we'll drink a glass of wine. Probably not even that, but we're just gonna chill. But if I were to do that, the woman at the end of the night would kind of feel like, fuck, like, did I fuck up or did something happen or blah, blah, blah. Because when she said that, she just didn't want to be perceived as like a slut. She didn't want to be perceived as super easy or whatever. Do you think that ever happens where a woman might say something like, well, I'll come over, but no sex, but she actually is thinking like, as long as it goes okay, like, I'll fuck? Do you think that is a possible scenario that like happens more than 1% of the time, that this is something that happens?
Probably, but I don't think hookup culture should cater to women who want to play hard to get, or women who want a man who's very primal in pursuing. I'm sure there's a lot of women who do get off on forcefulness. I don't think sex culture should cater to that mentality.
Okay, I don't disagree. But then we would go back to my advice, and my advice would be men should interpret no's as clear no's, but women should don't say something like that. Don't say no if you don't actually mean it. Don't say like, I'm taking sex off the table tonight. That's not actually true. It has to come from both sides.
Why does it? I still don't understand why it has to come from both sides. If you're asking the first part for men to interpret no's as no's, doesn't that completely absolve the issue?
No, because what's going to happen is a guy is going to hear something like that, and then she'll come over and she'll chill and blah 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 blah, and everything will be okay, and then they'll leave, and then the guy will find out later, or the girl will say something like, oh, like, we definitely could have hooked up, like, I wanted to hook up, but like, I wish you would have just like, you know, like, try to make some kind of move, and like maybe we could have seen where it would have went from there. And then the guy's going to think, okay, fuck. Well, when a girl says I don't want to hook up when I come over, that doesn't actually mean that. So the next time he's with a girl and she says I'll come over but no sex, in his mind he's thinking, okay, well, a girl's already said this to me, but she didn't mean that 100%. So when this girl comes over, I'll try to like make a move or something. And now he's going to be in a situation because of what the last woman did to him, where he's with a new woman and he's like, okay, I'm going to try to make a move, and she's going to be there. And now the new woman is going to think, well, fuck, I already said no to this guy when I came over. Now he's making moves on me. Is he going to fucking rape me? And now she's going to be mindfucked. She might acquiesce for a variety of reasons. And now he said sex with her. And now it's like a coercive sexual situation because the last girl like primed this guy with like the idea like, well, sometimes when I say no, it doesn't always mean no. That's why I'm saying that the pressure has to be on both sides. Or unless your response is like, well, no, so the guy should rise above and every single time just interpret no like the same way every time and just accept that he's going to lose out on X amount of hookups or X amount of like dates or whatever because he's interpreting things in a way that's incongruent with modern dating culture.
It's asymmetrical pressure because you're saying me saying no in the moment is now being affected and adulterated by the fact that he now had this past lineup of hookups where maybe women were playing hard to get. I can't solve that in that individual sexual instance, because even if I'm a woman who my whole life, when I say no, it means no, you're now saying the guy I'm interacting with is coming with all this fucking emotional baggage in which he feels like, oh, the woman was teasing me, she was playing with me, versus the guy, when you're advising him take no as no, in that individual instance, he can actually enact that. How can I enact the whole don't give mixed signals when you're saying it pretty much means nothing, because that's a cultural thing women need to do, like, in unanimity?
Because it doesn't matter what you do, period. Nothing matters what we do as individuals. Everything we do is going to be interpreted in like a culture of action. So if we have a culture where women play games with no's, men are going to interpret those no's as sometimes being games. That's just I don't know. Hold on. Do you agree with that statement that if we live in a culture where women play games with no's, men are going to start to interpret no's as being part of a game? Vampire, thanks for the 6 gifted subs. Oof.
Okay. So my point is, let's say the average man interacts with like 6 women sexually a year, right? Let's say, I don't even know.
That's a lot, by the way, but go ahead.
Sure, let's say less than 10% of the female population gives mixed signals, because he's had this like one anecdote. Like, I got emails after debate from a guy saying like, the reason I acted like this is because I met one girl in high school who does what you're describing, says no when they really mean yes. So basically, women don't really have much onus, because now we have to account for outliers.
No, it's the culture. That's not just an outlier.
I wouldn't say the culture normalizes that right now.
Okay, let me ask this. So we have to go back to this again. Okay, we need to solve this part because everything doesn't work unless do you think that right now here are a few statements that I think are true. I think that women enjoy sex. I think that women want to have sex because they enjoy it. I also think women are punished for having a lot of sex. I think that women are punished for being like having a promiscuous attitude. So when a woman is approaching a guy, she's playing a delicate game where she wants to fuck, but she doesn't want to seem too easy. She wants to be, like sexual, but she doesn't want to be a freak. And so in doing that sort of negotiation, she's not going to give a quick yes to everything because she's worried that the guy's going to assume that she's a whore. Do you think that those collection of statements are true, or do you think those are false?
Do you think it's true for the average woman? Like, do you think the average woman is...
All of these are averages, yes. All of these are in average, in general. For in the United States of America, from people 14 to 35 or whatever.
Okay, so you think the average woman feels stigmatized if she gives a clear yes in the moment?
Can be, yes. Yes.
I guess I would just disagree with that. I think my generation's a little bit different.
Okay, so you think your generation would be more straightforward?
I think so.
So you think in your generation, if I was on Tinder and I had 10 girls and they wanted to fuck, for 5 of them, let's say that I kind of like have a conversation first, we do like a meeting for coffee, I say that we can go out and see a movie, blah, 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 blah. And then on the other 5, I'm like, hey, if you want, we can meet for coffee, and then afterwards we should just fuck. You think that my success rate would be the same with both groups?
No, but that's not the conversation we're having, because you asking beforehand does not account for sexual consent. Sexual consent needs to be affirmed in the moment.
That's not. You can still affirm or take away consent at any point in the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that even if the woman is on Tinder for sex, right? I'm asking if there are 2 groups, 5 women in one group, 5 women, and 5. I'm saying, hey, let's go out, have dinner and a movie, let's chat, let's hang out, blah blah blah. Maybe we can come back to my place, blah blah blah. And then in the other group, I'm like, hey, if you want, we can meet for coffee, or whatever. And then afterwards, let's just come to my place and fuck. Do you think that your success rate would be the same for both groups?
I'm not sure. All I can say is that I think a lot of the crux of hookup culture, at least on college campuses, maybe they don't phrase it as crudely, but I do think a lot of it is very upfront, where they do probably, to some degree, verbalize the fact that they're going to be having sex for casual hookups, right?
Maybe. If Generation X might be a totally different breed from the 25 to 35-year-old people, I guess, that I've hooked up with over the past, like...
Generation
Z, whatever the fuck Z might be different. But if it is, I guess then I just can't speak to that. I'd be surprised if it's changed that much. But that might be the case. Don't let her pull the Gen Z card. I'm her age and she's totally wrong. Well, Solomon chat says that you're very wrong.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm wrong then.
If what you're saying, hold on. If what you're saying is true, let's say that I just grant you all of that, then that means that women don't have to be unambiguous with their no's because they already are unambiguous with their no's. So then it's just guys that need to take no as always meaning no. Because you're telling me that it is exceptionally rare that a woman will ever like play games with boundaries when she actually does want to fuck. That's what you're saying for Gen Z.
It's so hard because there's such a spectrum. Like, there's conservative girls, and then there's girls who are super sex positive, and their entire social media personality is the fact that they fuck, and they're very upfront about fucking. So
is that normal? Is that like an average? Is that like a large cohort of Gen Z women?
I would say so. I mean, you're on Twitter. I feel like so many people are very open about their sexual stories, about bragging about their sexual encounters and stuff like that. So I would say those women are probably also the women who are likely to be upfront.
Okay, that might be true for Twitter, but like, so when I was in California, there are girls that I met that were incredibly attractive, really liked to fuck, and they like either didn't have a Twitter account or like I know one girl had an Instagram with like 3 pictures. Like that was it. I don't think that every single girl that is like sex positive is like on Twitter, or that Twitter is like the representative experience of like the average person. I think Twitter is like highly selected for a few things. Like my guess is going to be the average girl on Twitter, or I'm sorry, the average girl in college might not even have a Twitter account. That'd be my guess. Or posts, or like my guess would be like maybe half of them have like privated Instagrams. A lot of girls that I know from like college and shit, they don't even have their Instagrams open. They're just private, so only friends can see it and shit.
Maybe you were just asking me to surmise whether I think my generation's more sex positive, so I was just saying we could look at social media to see an increase in sex positivity in my generation. That was my only point in bringing up Twitter.
Yeah, but I don't know if are prude girls going to be on Twitter tweeting about how prude they are?
I see what you're saying. Like Twitter is just the vocal minority.
Yeah, because like if you're like let's say that if you're just like somebody that doesn't fuck that often, you're probably not on Twitter being like, hey guys, so today I curved 2 guys because I'm a little bit more conservative about my sexual value. Like that's probably not going to be anybody tweeting that ever, right?
Possibly, yeah. I also don't think asking a woman up front, do you want to have sex? And then her saying no is an indication that she's saying no because she doesn't want to be perceived as slutty. It's because a lot of women's sexual attraction could also be based in first meeting the person and seeing them in real life, seeing how they talk and stuff. But that's not a fear of being slutty. That's a fear of whether or not they'll be sexually attracted to them.
It could be. I guess it just depends on the types of conversations, everything they're having, sure. But there's still a difference between like I want to see somebody and get to know somebody first versus putting like no hookups in your profile when you're totally willing to hook up, but you want to meet somebody first, right?
I just don't think that correlates to the discussion about in the moment a woman saying no being hard to get. That's not what we're talking about when we talk about sex and sexual assault.
Okay, so to be clear, you just totally pivoted to a wildly different topic. Nobody in here, and not a single time did I ever bring up, if a girl says no in the moment, you rape her. I've never said that in my entire life.
I didn't say you did.
You just said that you're saying no in the moment. Nobody's talking about like, you're about to have sex and she says no and you're like, you just keep going. I've never said in my entire life. I don't know where that comment even came from. I'm talking about like a lot of these like even seeing each other negotiations where it's like, oh, like I don't want to, if I come over, I don't want to have sex, or like, oh, like I'm not into hooking up at all, or like these kinds of statements I think are a lot more ambiguous. Not like you're about to fuck and the girl's like no and you're like, oh, well maybe she really wants me to. That's a totally different thing.
That's my whole point, is why are we even talking about the ambiguity in the dating filters you put on your Tinder account? Because your whole point in bringing that up was to say, don't you agree? Can't you concede that sometimes women say no, but it doesn't actually mean no? And I'm saying I don't think those correlate.
Okay, but then the onus is on you to say definitionally, because we just spent like 30 minutes talking about even seeing each other negotiations. If you don't want to talk about profiles or people saying this before they even get to somebody's house, then just say that. It's like, oh no, I just want to talk about like in the actual moment. I don't know why you just had this 20-minute conversation with me and now you're saying like, oh no, I'm actually not talking about any of that. I'm just saying like immediately, like in the moment, like if a girl says no, if that should be no or not. We can have that conversation if you want, but that's totally different than what we just talked about.
I was waiting to see why you brought that up, how it connect to the larger discussion. So can you show me how it connects?
It connects to because a lot of the expectations and everything are set up before you even see a person. But in the heat of the moment, in an actual moment when somebody's saying no, that's always no. You don't ever interpret that ambiguously unless you're trying to flip a coin on whether you're going to rape somebody. That's an insane proposition.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong. This is how I'm summarizing why you brought that up. I thought you were bringing it up to say sometimes when women say no, it's because they don't want to be perceived as easy. And I said, I don't know if that's true. And you said, yes, it is, because women on dating apps sometimes will say no. And I'm saying, I don't think that's because they don't want to be perceived as easy. It's because they don't want to have guys have the assumption that they're going to hook up with them just based off a picture. That's not out of fear of coming off as whorish or wanting to be prudish. That's off of just the fact that I think sometimes women need to meet up in person. So that's why I didn't feel like you're trying to prove the point that women sometimes say no to not be perceived as slutty, and I'm saying I'm countering that completely. So I'm saying, do you still think that's the case, that they're still saying no out of fear of not being slutty?
Yes. You don't have to put in your profile no hookups because you don't want the guy to fuck you after the first like view of your picture or whatever. You can just not put that. You can just not say anything about it. Why would you put no hookups? And then when you do hook up with somebody, you're training them to like push through when somebody's like, oh, I'm not interested tonight, or I don't think I'm going to want to hook up or whatever. You're training people to see no's as like games. But to be clear, to reiterate again, the no that I'm talking about here, especially like these pre-meeting negotiations, are a lot different than in the heat of the moment. I don't think there's ever a heat of the moment time where somebody says no and you just go through with it anyway. That's an insane proposition and way different than the thing we're talking about right now, I think.
Okay, so when you said your two pieces of advice, the one is that no, guys should take no as no, and then the second is that women, as just like a gendered culture, should be more clear about their boundaries. You're more so saying in terms of like the pre-date negotiation, not in terms of the in the moment.
I mean, it can apply to everything, but in the moment hesitation is not going to usually be a clear no. It's because a no you should probably always listen to. It's going to be more ambiguous. So, for instance, if a girl's not feeling it, here's something that I could see a girl saying. Girl goes to a guy's house, they're hanging out, and she's not exactly feeling it. Okay, guy still is. He wants to fuck. Girl's not really there, and then the guy starts kind of pushing for it. Instead of the girl saying, I don't really think I'm in the mood tonight, like maybe later, it feels like the girl might say something like, oh, like, I don't know, I'm kind of tired, or like, maybe we should have like another drink, or like, let's just like chill and watch TV for a little bit longer. Like, it feels like she'll try to like kind of kick the can down the road of like giving the concrete no, and then she kind of like dances around it, saying like, I'm not in the mood tonight, like maybe later. That's what it feels like. That's like a situation that arises like fairly often. I don't know like what the stats are, but I don't think that's like, I feel like most people have probably had a person that's done that at least one time to them.
Okay, so it's not that the no itself is ambiguous. You're saying the idea of saying maybe later. I would agree that saying maybe later or let's chill first is ambiguous. I would agree with that. What we're disputing is whether no in itself is ambiguous. Do you still think it is?
No, I have no dispute on that ever. I've never said that in my entire life. Somebody in the middle of a sexual interaction like, no, I don't want to do this. That's always a no, 100%. There's no other way to interpret that. I've never said anything different.
Am I wrong? Didn't you say sometimes when women say no, it's really a yes, but they don't want to be perceived as slutty? You didn't say if a woman says maybe later. You said no.
Okay, let me just be clear to understand where you're at on this. When I say, sometimes when a woman says no, she's just saying that because she doesn't want to be perceived as slutty. Do you think when I said that, I mean like when a woman is like on her back and the guy's on top of her and he's about to fuck her and she's like, no, I don't want to do this. Do you think in that's the situation that I'm talking about when I say no?
I didn't really have a visual in mind. I thought it could be in that position. It could be sitting on the couch and him asking as well before anything started.
Well, those two things are still two totally different situations. Like, do you think you'd want to fuck? And the girl's like, I don't know, maybe. Like, that's a different situation than like you're about to fucking penetrate her, right? Because on the couch, like a hazy answer like that, there's still probably like, I don't know, maybe she wants to hang out a little bit more. But like before sex, like what you're about to do it and she's like, no, that always has to be a no. There's no room for interpretation. There just has to be a no.
So we can't conflate no with these more ambiguous terms. You said sometimes when a woman says no, it's because she doesn't want to be perceived as slutty. If you wanted to make the argument sometimes when women say, I don't know, or maybe later, it's because they don't want to be perceived as slutty, we can have that conversation, but it's adulterating the impact of the word no when you're conflating the word no with I don't know and maybe. So that's what I see as the problem.
Okay, sorry, in common parlance, the whole conversation around no, in my opinion, has never been taken to mean you're about to fuck and the girl says no, and then the guy is, I'm going to do it anyway. That's not what the conversation is about. The conversation is usually about the number of hazy borders that a woman kind of puts up and kind of doesn't on the stages to getting to that point. That's usually what the conversation is about, like the whole like no means no thing. I've never, even the most insane red pillar guys, I don't think would ever defend the idea that like right before you fuck a girl, if she says no, you should go for it anyway because it might mean yes. Even the craziest red pillar guys, I don't think are saying that. Usually it's all the little negotiating steps up to that point is what people are talking about when they're saying like girls are very hazy with their borders or hazy with their boundaries.
I don't think that's assumed because when you're using the words no and yes, the implication of that is that you're being asked a question, you're answering it. So the way I visualize that is a guy saying, do you want to have sex? And she says no. I don't think most people would make the assumption that you're talking about those like nebulous little flirting things that you're talking about. So I think you need to be more clear. Like you're the one saying women need to be more clear with their boundaries, but at the same time, you're now interchanging no with, I don't know, maybe later, or I'm not sure, ask me in a few hours. So I think you should be more clear with your verbiage.
I mean, I can try to, but it's hard to dole like every single part of the conversation out every single time I talk about it. I think there's a pretty common parlance understanding of what we're talking about when he's like, girls are unclear with their barriers. For even that conversation you just said never happens. There is no conversation where guys like, do you want to have sex? And then the woman says no. Even that's like very atypical when it comes to like dating or hookup culture. Like, I mean, I could say that like when a woman says no, it's pretty hazy sometimes. And when I say no, what I actually mean is that all of the little stages of negotiation up to the point before you're even in the area to have sex are where women can be hazy. Like, I think that's generally assumed always when you're having the conversation. I don't think anybody assumes that like no is kind of hazy like in the middle of fucking sex. Like I said, I'm pretty sure even the most hardcore red pillers are going to say like, yeah, if a girl's saying no, like, and you're right before sex, whatever, you have to stop. But I mean, maybe I can be more clear for that if you want me to super expand it. I think I have a few times now. But again, even you just did the thing where you conflated the right before sex, the girl says no, versus you're on the couch and like, do you want to have sex? And she's like, no. Like, these are still two like way different situations. But again, even so, like the no's and the invitations for sexes, these are usually way more words than that. Like, even the clear no that you're talking about isn't very rarely is a girl going to say no. Usually she'll say something like, oh, I don't think I'm ready, or I'm not comfortable, or like, I don't think I want to do this. It's not going to be no. Like that's I think that's probably a more rare way to assert that boundary. But still, these are things that are all going to be part of this conversation. I don't know if it's fair to say you have to spell out every single part of it whenever you bring it up, but.
Yeah, but you're the one advising that women shouldn't be nebulous and they shouldn't conflate saying I don't know and maybe later with no, because that confuses the guy and puts the onus on him to do some mind reading. So if your two advice for mitigating rape culture is, one, the guy should interpret no as no, and then two, women should be more clear about their boundaries. Let's say the woman does actually verbalize no. Has she now done her part? Or no, she hasn't, because the culture still posits that saying no can still mean yes, because of the whole like no hookups in your bio can mean we're training men to sometimes see no as nebulous.
I'm just going to restate. I don't know if I'm missing something. I feel like I'm just going to restate what I just said exactly before. The guy should do his part by interpreting no's as being no, and the woman should do her part by not playing games with like no hookups or no sex tonight or whatever, I don't blah, 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 when she means it maybe or yes. That it has to come from both sides. If it only comes from the male side and the women continue to play games, men are just going to go back to the old behavior of assuming like, oh, well, maybe there's no hookups or no, maybe it's a maybe I just need to push harder. It has to come from both sides. There can't be a successful path to choose where you ignore no's and it ends up turning into a successful hookup. Because right now, there are lots of paths to success for a woman saying no hookups, or you can come over, we're not going to have sex. There are lots of paths to sex past that no, where you keep pushing and you both have a really good time. That shouldn't be the case. It should be the case that every single time a guy pushes past like a no or whatever, he's raping somebody. It's a horrible situation. It should never happen. So, but the onus is on both people to make sure that those boundaries are being really clear.
Yeah, my point is, I think it's just dangerous to say that sometimes when a woman says no, it's because she's going to be perceived as easy, because I think that's what's training guys to think that no's are nebulous.
No, what's training guys are the women. If no was always no, and it always led to rape, and then somebody like me came up and said, guys, sometimes no means maybe blah, 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 and every single time a guy did that, he got a fucking rape charge, or people were accusing him of rape, it was horrible, then nobody would do it. They'd be like, bro, what are you talking about? You're just being a rapist. But that's not true. People with a lot of hookup experience know that sometimes girls are like very nebulous and very maybes and very, I'm not sure, whatever, but they do want to, or they'll want to, or whatever, they just don't in that particular moment, and they're uncomfortable phrasing it in a more resolute way. Like most people with a lot of hookup experience know that is the reality, so that's like the thing that they navigate. I don't think that I'm wishing into existence guys being rapey. I think I'm just observing something that is happening that probably needs to stop.
Okay. I'm not trying to be bad faith. I'm genuinely trying to articulate what I'm trying to say, which is that you're saying women need to be more of a resolute with what they're saying, not say, I don't know, and maybe later. They should be saying no. But then when you say, sometimes when women say no, it's because they don't want to be perceived as slutty, and then you're saying, oh, well, no's, people don't really say no, they say things like maybe later. You're doing the very thing that you're advising against. That's my whole point. I'm just observing. I'm not saying this is what it should be. I'm saying it should be different. It feels like you're saying that like am I not allowed to observe or make an observation of like this is what happens? Because it feels like it would be. Can I open a Word doc?
Sure. It sounds like this. Like, it sounds like I'm saying, like, if you stand in the middle of the street, you're going to get hit by a car. And then you're like, well, why do you keep saying that if you stand in the middle of the street, you're going to get hit by a car? Like, aren't you encouraging people driving in the middle of the street to hit people? Like, no, I'm just saying that that's a thing that happens. People shouldn't hit people that are standing in the middle of the street, but if you stand in the middle of the street, you're going to get hit by a car.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, like, you're saying the issue is women shouldn't say things like, maybe later, or I don't know, because it leaves open room for interpretation. / the issue is that it's not a no, right?
It's too ambiguous, sure.
Right, and then the thing that's not ambiguous then, by that logic, is saying no, right?
I guess. Although I don't know if I'd say maybe later. It would be more like the no hookups or I'll come over but we're not going to have sex. Like those sound like no's, but they're not always. That's the...
So if women want to be resolute and good at verbalizing their boundaries, they should say no. Not maybe later, let's chill for a second, all the stuff that we read in that Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, if that's what they mean. If they mean no, just say like no.
But then when you say, sometimes when a woman says no, it's because she doesn't want to be perceived as easy. Do you understand why these conflict with each other?
No. This top thing is a prescriptive statement. This is how things should be. This is what you're telling people to do this. The bottom thing is a descriptive statement. This is how things are. Descriptions and prescriptions can be different from one another because one is talking about a world you want to exist and the other is analyzing the world as is. So it'd be like in the top thing saying people shouldn't murder you if you break into somebody's house. I think that's wrong. I don't think you should kill somebody for breaking into the house. But then on another thing, you're saying like, hey, if you break into somebody's house, they're probably going to fucking kill you, right? Those two things are not conflicting. One is a prescription, the other is a description.
I don't know why I'm typing every word I'm saying, but I just am. This isn't descriptive because you even just said it's rare that a woman says no. It's more so that she's saying maybe later. So it's not even, you by your own...
Hold on, I'm sorry. Are you getting caught up on like the exact, like this exact word no? Is that what you're all focused on?
That's your whole point.
That's not my whole point. I literally said earlier that very rarely are even exact no's given. I don't even know if a woman, I don't know if I've ever heard an exact no before. Usually the woman will say, even when she means no, usually it'll be something like, oh no, like I'm not ready for this, or I don't think I want to do this, or I think we should stop. Very rarely is it ever going to be no. I don't know why you're focusing on the 1-2 letter word no. Like it's the
whole issue is that by not saying no verbatim, you're leaving open for room for interpretation. We were reading the Aziz thing,
okay,
and I kept asking you, how would you verbalize it if you were Grace? Your entire chat said, why can't she just fucking say no? And because I thought saying
okay, hold on, wait.
When you think was clear, but your guys' whole argument was that it's not clear, and to just why is it so hard to just say no?
Okay, so when somebody says, why is it so hard to just say no? Your brain interprets that as they just need to say the word no?
That's what it sounded like your chat was saying, because you were saying her saying next time or on our second date, or like not on our first date. Apparently that's not a clear enough no. And I thought their argument was basically like, no, it's not. Just say no. And
okay, I'm sorry. Let me expand on this. When somebody says to say no, they don't mean to just say the word no. They mean to clearly spell out like what the boundary for the situation is. That's what they mean. So like if somebody was like, hey, I took a friend, I don't know, I wanted to go swimming, and we were gonna go in the pool, and that friend really didn't want to go in the pool, and I'm like, hey dude, just say no, and the guy's like, hey, like come in the pool with us. I don't mean for the guy to sit there and be like, no, and they're like, oh, well, what's wrong? Is it like, are you cold? And they're like, no, and it's like, well, I don't understand. Like, are you gonna hang out with it? No, I don't mean just say no. I mean the guy's saying like, I'm uncomfortable being in the pool. I don't want to go swimming. That's what I mean by no. Not just saying the word no like you're a robot. Yes!
It's not, because with a Grace situation in Aziz, she was saying, I don't think I want to do this, and you were like, she's speaking iambic pentameter, so you're contradicting yourself.
No, because her phrasing was not, it was ambiguous as fuck. What was the comment that I made, the iambic pentameter?
Babe.net. I will show you exactly. Just search babe.net.
What was the word?
Can I try and find it?
I'll type it.
I think it's just search like, don't think I want to do this. Yeah. Okay, isn't this equivalent to the exact pool example you just gave?
Okay, no. Grace said, after he bent me over, when I stood up and said, no, I don't think I'm ready to do this. I really don't think I'm going to do this.
What was the pool example you just said? Of the guy doesn't.
I don't want to go swimming. I'm not going to go swimming right now. Not like, I don't know if the temperature is the right water. I really don't know if I'm floating right now. Like,
are you serious? Maybe like
okay.
I'm genuinely trying to understand how those aren't equivalent.
All right. It's doomed.
Is it?
I think the conservatives are right. I think we need way less casual sex in society.
Wait, say it one more time. Say the pool thing.
I think we need way less casual sex in
Say the
society.
pool
No. If you don't understand, I don't know how to. It's like basic human communication, but I don't know if it's a.
Wait, I don't understand. You were saying women don't usually say no. They say.
What she's saying right now is, I don't think. She's not saying, I don't think I'm ready to do this. I really don't think I'm going to. What she's saying is, I don't want to fuck you. Get off me. I don't want to have sex right now. That's what she should say. I don't want to have sex right now. Stop this. Put our clothes on. Let's sit on the... That's what she's saying. Not like, I don't think I'm ready to do this. I really don't think I'm going to do this. I don't know the fuck... Why are you speaking so fucking nebulously? All you're doing is you're like hanging enough out there. The guy's like, okay, well, she's not ready right now. Maybe we need more drinks. I really don't think I'm going to do this. Or maybe she doesn't think she's going to right now. Like, just be clear. This is not clear.
After he bent me over is when I stood up and said, no, I don't think I'm ready to do this.
This is after, where do you want me to fuck you? Do you want me to fuck you right here? He rammed his penis against her ass while he said it, pantomiming intercourse. I was looking in the mirror and seeing him behind me, like, it... Okay. This is what I mean when I say that, like, if he were to start... Let's say that it read like this, okay? Aziz Ansari, he said he had something to show her. Then he brought her cat over to the bed and he began to put his dick on the cat's back. What do you want me to fuck your cat? Do you want me to fuck it right here? He rammed his penis against the cat's little anus. I just remember looking at my cat and seeing him behind my cat, and and after he bent the cat over, I was thinking, I don't think my cat's ready for this. I really don't think my cat's gonna do this right now. It wouldn't be that. She was like, get the fuck off my cat. Why are you gonna fuck my cat?
I'm sorry, weren't you the one who was saying that in most sexual scenarios, the woman's not just shouting no? You're not telling women to just shout no, so obviously the cat thing isn't analogous, because for that, you're gonna be screaming?
No, but I'm just saying you wouldn't just say the 2-letter word no. You would be saying more. It's not just about the word no.
You said the swimming example. Say the swimming thing again. They wouldn't say no, they'd say what?
Hold on.
Say it one more time.
I can't actually believe you're so hung up on just the word no.
I'm not.
It can't be that.
I'm not. Say the pool thing again.
The pool thing was that if you really don't want to go swimming and your friends are there and they're like in the pool, you'd be like, no, I'm not going to go swimming. I don't want to go swimming. I'm not getting in the water. Boom. It wouldn't be like...
you wouldn't say... So you're saying the cat thing would be, no, I don't want you to fuck my cat. You're like using two polar opposite examples.
No, what you just said would have been good. I don't want you to fuck my cat. I don't want you to fuck me. That would have been a clear thing. What you just said was perfect, so you do understand.
No, you're saying that the reason you use the cat example is to show that when it comes to something you clearly don't want or that's clearly bad or goes against your boundaries, you can be extremely, extremely resolute and pretty much shout
very clear.
And shout no. And in that instance,
not just saying no, but like laying out a clear boundary.
You don't think if someone's fucking your cat, you can just no is a clear enough boundary?
You would. I can't believe you're hung up on just this word.
But you're the one flip flopping. Am I crazy?
It can't be this. This can't be a real conversation. Hold on.
Maybe I'm crazy.
It can't actually be. Am I being insane right now? Am I missing?
Do you understand why I'm confused though? Like, can you put yourself in my perspective?
No.
Because you're talking about this. Okay, this is why I'm confused.
Hold on, I need you to understand. When I say no, I'm not literally just talking about just uttering the word no. No is a shortcut for establishing a clear boundary.
Yeah.
It's probably going to take more than one word.
Okay.
Okay.
I get that.
So when they go to fuck the cat, they wouldn't just say, no. They would say, stop fucking my cat. Don't fuck my cat. You're not going to fuck my cat. Not, I don't think Mr. Snuffles is ready for this. I really don't think Mr. Snuffles is going to want to have sex with you right now. Okay. How about you and Mr. Snuffles just chill, but this time with our clothes on?
That's him, but yeah. Okay, so you're saying when people talk about the word no, clearly they're not just talking about like this succinct word no. They're talking about more so saying, no, I don't want to have sex.
It's about saying what you feel. Which is, I don't want to have sex with you.
Okay. But you're saying even if she says, no, I don't want to have sex with you, that could still mean because sometimes she doesn't want to be perceived as easy?
Yes. Right now, that is the case. That a girl can say, like, I'll come over, but we're not going to hook up. But in her mind, she's totally willing to if it goes okay. But she's just saying that as, like, to give her, like, a cushion. Or because she doesn't want to be seen as, like, a freak. And that behavior should stop. That a woman should never say that. Unless she genuinely means we're not fucking.
Okay, this is why I'm confused. I'm trying to genuinely explain this.
Okay.
What?
I should just, like, carry my phone with me. We should find girls on Tinder, and I'll go show you. And I'll go to their house, and we'll see. And I can be like, this is where I could rape the person, but I'm not going to. This is where she's being unclear, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that would be... What part don't you understand?
Okay, so you're saying a good no is saying, no, I don't want to do this, right? No, I don't want to have sex.
Yeah.
/ I know, no, I don't want to do this, or is that vague?
I don't want to have sex is fine. It's like saying that like I'm not ready is like, oh, well maybe she will be.
Okay.
You're
I
like,
see.
it's like you're putting. It's kind of like,
Like
let's say
delaying
that a guy comes up to you, okay, and he's hopelessly friend zoned, and he's like, I really, really, really want to date you, okay, please, and you're like, not right now, but like maybe later. You're like dangling him along. It's like, okay, as opposed to like, I don't want to date you. It's never gonna happen, Chief.
I think that makes more sense. So it's more about the fact that she said the ready part.
Yeah.
I really don't think.
I don't think. Do you know? Are you not thinking? You don't want to. Why would you say I don't think I want to? Do you know how weak you're cushioning this? I don't think I'm gonna do this right now. I don't think I'm ready right now.
So okay, but if she said, I don't want to have sex today, isn't that? So you're saying that's not cushioning, right?
If she meant it, that's fine.
What about the thing with? Where is it?
Especially because in my mind too, if I'm a guy, well, I'm not retarded and I'm the woman whisperer, so obviously I wouldn't rape this woman like he almost did, okay? But if there's a woman in my house and I am a normal guy and I'm unsophisticated and kind of retarded and I'm like touching her boob and everything and she's like still staying there, I'm assuming that like, oh, we're probably cool. Like it's probably good to go all the way. If I'm like, if I got a girl on my counter, I'm like touching her boobs and like trying to touch her vagina and shit, she hasn't left yet, it's probably okay.
Yeah.
Like the idea that in his head, like she, like damn, I'm like almost raping this girl, but like she's still staying here. Like that's a really weird fucking thing for a guy, for an average guy who's fucking retarded, because most guys are, to understand that. That's like a really weird.
Okay, so what if she still did all that, like let him touch her boob and all those things, and then said the good no of, no, I don't want to have sex.
That's fine. And I think it would work. If she was like, listen, it's okay if you want to like touch my boobs and stuff, but I don't want to go any further tonight. Fine. That's, if he did anything past that point, he's a rapist. I could punch him in the face. But if it was like, I know that you touched my boob, but I don't know if I'm ready to go any further. I don't think I'm ready yet. That's like what? Ready until when? It's just like, and also the problem is, that's not what you mean when you say it. Because this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the passivity of women, okay? And how women are conditioned to be passive. In the woman's mind, she's not thinking, I don't think I'm ready. She's thinking, I don't want to do this right now. That's what she's thinking. I don't want you to touch me. I don't want to have sex with you. Probably not at all tonight. Maybe never, because this whole situation, that's what she's thinking in her head. But the way that comes out as a woman is like, I don't think that I'm ready for this right now. Let's cuddle on the couch. That's not what she's thinking in her head, though. What comes out is the filtered, conditioned woman statement, I think, is the issue.
Wait, this isn't even on screen.
Nope.
How do you do it? My amazing notes.
Wow, they're so good.
Well, we don't need all of this. Okay. I'm trying to like really explain my. Why do you get so mad when I say I'm trying to explain it?
Because I feel like I'm being pretty clear, but go ahead. Explain away.
I'm trying to think of a different way to explain this.
Okay.
Okay. Don't interrupt me.
I would never dream of that, Queen.
Okay. So this is where my confusion is coming in about your argument.
Yeah.
You're saying the issue is that when a woman is thinking, I know, it comes out more like a soft no, and that's what's confusing. And women need to be better at giving hard no's and saying, no, I don't want to have sex, and no, I don't want to do this, because the soft no's are what can open up the misinterpretation.
Yeah. Can I just draw this real quick? This is.
No, I literally asked you, can you not interrupt me?
Okay, go for it. This is just, if you can understand, this is exactly what you're going to say, okay? Look.
What exactly am I going to say, since you're so omniscient?
Okay, say what you're going to say. I hope this
No, I want to... No, draw that again.
Okay, this is the issue, okay? Is... Now, don't lose your fucking mind. I'm going to type out no, but I don't actually mean the 2-letter word. I mean, like, the weird, ambiguous bullshit that somebody might say.
Okay, fuck this.
Okay.
I don't know what this is. Can I just go back to what I was saying?
Yeah. I'm just giving you my problem so you understand, okay? The problem is that a woman can be of two minds. She wants to fuck, or she really doesn't want to fuck. But both of these come out like this, and this is a black box to most men, so they're left trying to decipher, Okay? The hash of whatever this woman said. Does she want to fuck or does she not want to fuck? Because both states of mind can lead to giving this verbalization. That's the confusion. And it should be that if she says no, it only came from here, not that it might have came from here and you need to push harder. That's just the point I'm trying to get. But okay, go ahead, say everything.
Right, and then the issue, so you're saying the way to, like, counter that is to say, no, I don't want to, instead of saying, no, I don't think I'm ready. That's what you're saying. If I say, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Wait, open it again?
It was 3 lines.
Why'd you have to do it? Okay, so if she says, no, I don't want to, then that correlates to, no, I don't want to fuck. Or are you saying it's still muddied because of the overall culture?
I'm saying that it's a black box because things go into it and something comes out and we don't know what was going into it. When the girl says, I don't think I want to have sex because I'm not ready, I don't know if she, in her mind, if she's thinking like, I just want to like get a little bit more comfortable, maybe have like a drink.
Okay,
or she might be meaning like, I really don't want to fuck. I have no idea which one it is. And the only way to find out for a lot of guys is, well, I'm just going to keep pushing and we'll see if she says no. That's like the culture.
Okay. No, I don't think I'm ready. Where is it? Equals unclear, okay?
Yeah. Wait, can I take one quick 2-second break?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, it's important. Did Hutch's channel actually get completely demonetized? I'm just gonna retweet this. Hold on. After 15 years of making vids on YouTube, my account was flagged 2x in the last couple of years for suspicious activity. I got an email saying that my AdSense has been permanently disabled. Hold on.
I'm gonna pee.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Be careful. Wait, fuck. Hutch. Ayo, can you tag YouTube in your next tweet? Explain the problem clearly, and then I can retweet along with my audience. But make sure you tag at Team YouTube or whoever, so we can try to get eyes on the tweet. He did tag? I don't see a tag in this retweet. Oh, no, wait. He did tag it in this first tweet. Oh. Okay, here, wait. Oh, wait. You did tag them here. I'll retweet. Okay, here. Retweet this and like it. If this doesn't have at least 3,000 likes, I'm ending my stream right now. And I'm going to go riz up girls off stream in my free time. Crazy girls, too, that I'm going to bring on stream every single day for you guys to watch. Actually, I need 4,000 likes on that. I need 4,000 likes on this tweet. Otherwise, I'm done streaming for the night. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. New A&P vid. I don't know who the fuck A&P are. Destiny, that's Kai? Oh, Kai got banned. Do we know why Kai got banned? He said the N-word. Good one. It's just a temp ban. I'm just curious what it was for. Okay. Here, talk to them for a sec. Right back. Okay.
I'm opening up Paint again.
Okay.
Wait.
I'll wait.
It's you. Again. I'm gonna save it before you delete it.
Wow.
Can you look?
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Where's his arms?
I don't know how to draw them.
You don't know how to draw arms? You can draw every part of a SpongeBob except for the arm part?
His hands are hard. They're blue. This is spatula.
Is it? Thanks. Guys, what's going on with Marjorie Taylor Greene and fucking Fuentes? What the fuck? Are you hungry now?
No. Why? Are you?
Yeah, I haven't eaten anything all fucking day. How are you not hungry? What have you eaten?
I had a cheese Danish.
Yeah, like 6 hours ago. Okay, well, you'll be hungry in 20 minutes.
Probably not.
Or you're gonna eat anything today. Your mom and dad are gonna get pissed, okay, if I don't feed you. Alright? I'm gonna get in big trouble.
I mean, you always take me to places that don't really have any vegetarian options.
There are vegetarian options. You just...
What? You took me to a seafood restaurant last time.
No. The last place we went to was an Asian place that had lots of tofu for you.
Yeah, and I ate it all.
Yeah, good.
But that was after you asking me if vegetarians can eat fish.
I just asking if you ate fish, because a lot of vegetarians feel different ways about different things. Like you've got pescatarians, but then I've also heard of vegetarians that eat certain types of fish that don't have like autonomous fucking nervous systems or something, but they don't call themselves pescatarians. Why is he Chinese?
What do you mean? This is me. This is our friendship.
Jesus Christ. What happened to the left one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just the way I look.
Oh, bad surgery, I guess. They fucked up the...
My tits are real.
I was talking about Patrick.
But this is me.
Oh, okay.
This is us.
Yeah?
Wait.
I'm a fry cook? Okay. Wait, so you don't eat any like lobster shit like that? You don't do that, right? Correct.
No, I don't eat lobster.
I know, that's why I just said no. What kind of food do you like to eat? Like, what makes you happy? Does it have to be tofu? Or can you have, like, a big, like, salad with Brussels and stuff?
I can eat vegetables.
You can eat vegetables?
No, I can't. I can't eat them.
I can't tell if you're fucking with me right now.
I'm genuinely not.
How the fuck are you a vegetarian that doesn't eat vegetables?
Fruits or vegetables.
How are you surviving? You're not worried about your body? How long do you want to live for? Let's start there. Ideally. Like, are
That's
you going
why
for, like...
I hate the, like, anti-body positivity movement who are like, oh, you're glorifying lack of health. Because, like, I actually... You know what I mean? People always think I look fit, but I'm, like, so malnourished.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does your diet consist of?
I eat a lot of, like, DiGiorno's, and I eat a lot of, like, Carl's Jr., but I don't know if they have those here.
What does Carl's Jr. serve? Isn't it like a hamburger place?
Yeah, they have, like, Impossible Burgers.
Okay, so you eat Impossible Burgers. Aren't they vegetables? Isn't it, like, plant-based? Or...
Sure. But
does an Impossible Burger count as a vegetable?
I'm not, like, against vegetables as a concept. I was saying I just don't like the taste of, like, salads and stuff. Obviously, I'm going to like the taste of an Impossible Burger. It doesn't taste like a salad. Can you stop hating me and focus on this friendship?
Well, no, because
portrait?
Dan says that we're gonna eat. He has to eat in like 20 minutes because he goes to sleep like a fucking old man. So we could eat and then come back and keep streaming. But if you're not hungry at all, I don't want to force you to go eat. But now I'm thinking you're probably not gonna be hungry all day. So if I'm gonna eat, I might as well just eat now.
You're not gonna feed me.
I can feed you, but if you're not hungry after 6 hours, when all you had today was a
Then that
latte
means you're just gonna give up on me for the whole
and
day.
a cheese Danish.
Then why I'm probably just don't require sustenance at all?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. How are you not hungry?
Because
We're gonna tomorrow morning.
I'm not
You're coming.
starving
you're
after
gonna.
6
we're gonna
hours
do a,
and like 3 coffees.
We're gonna do a gym stream tomorrow morning. Okay.
No, Mira already farms me.
You're gonna
and
work
embarrasses
out.
me.
It's gonna be real shit, not cardio bunny shit. We're gonna put you on the big lifts, and then you're gonna be hungry, and you're gonna eat real food, not even meat, but vegetables. Okay.
I'd be down to like go on like a hike.
No, God, what the fuck? I said working out. Okay.
No, I know. I just don't.
Not
like...
frolicking.
I just don't like going to gyms.
Why?
I find them depressing.
Why?
It's very sterile. I want to feel inspired every hour of the day.
It's an inspirational place. People go there to better themselves. What could be more inspiring
I'd be
than
down
the
to
gym?
go to like an outdoor gym. The weather here is so beautiful. Like I just
It's
want to
not.
soak
It's
it in.
humid and
we're
hot.
just here. What? Can we do something outdoorsy? Aren't we shooting?
I don't
Guns?
even know if we're doing. I don't think you can hold that gun. Because you need
Why?
to go to the gym. It's heavy.
Yeah, probably not. But at gun ranges, don't they have like ones you could rent, like smaller ones?
Yeah. Hold on. No, fuck no. Hold on. Okay, well, what do we... Let's think. What we're negotiating right now. This place has a Brussels Caesar salad. It's got kimchi Caesar dressing, romaine, daikon, pecorino romano, anchovy, crispy quinoa.
Quinoa?
Quinoa.
I don't like any of those.
And
Quinoa's
then
okay.
there's also a green papaya salad. It's got shaved fresh coconut, picked herbs, cherry tomatoes, lime, peanuts, puffed, what'd you call it? Quinoa?
Quinoa?
Quinoa, snow peas, and turmeric dressing.
Hello?
What's up,
Both
dude?
of you can hear me, right? You both have headphones on?
Yep.
She's not eating. She's not hungry. Why do we care what she wants to eat? Tell her to fucking drink water and bread. And then she'll be happy. She's can
Do
be.
they have do they have bread at this place?
Well, what do I fucking care? Sure,
Well,
they have
you
bread.
just said you just offered her bread, but I don't know if they have bread
Do
here.
you like bread? She said she likes bread. Why are we concerning ourselves? She'll be fine. The world is our oyster. It sounds like she'd probably like to have nice drinks and be in a good location. So why don't we go to someplace cool that has nice scenery
Oh wait,
and is fun?
Is bong chan? Does that mean vegetable shit? Because they've got
I don't know. I have no idea.
Sigumchi, crumbled
Why-
tofu. You like tofu, right?
She's not hungry.
No, I think let's just go somewhere with like a nice ambiance and alcohol.
See, I fucking
good
there you go.
ambiance. There you go. Okay.
The Riz master is in the house. I know what women want. Come on, Steve. All right,
Well-
so we can go to one of those places I said before. Those you
I
haven't
don't
been to
know
either
if
of
I
those.
can drink. I need to figure that
You
out.
absolutely can. Okay, Dan. I wanted this one. Okay, I need this. You got my hopes up, Dan. That's what I want
Okay.
now. Okay.
All right, where do you want to go? Which one?
I DM'd you.
I
I don't want to get fucking suicide bombed though, so I'm not being public about it. You know.
Okay, so we'll go to a different one then. That's fine.
Okay, okay. We're gonna start walking. Okay. Or we'll wait for you and then we'll walk.
I feel like we need to do slightly more research on the drinking thing.
You can't. You're fine.
Wait, Steve. I want to go to this place. I'm messaging it. You know.
Is it?
I remember. I told you it's right. It's right. It's right by the Faena Hotel. It's good.
Yeah, okay.
It has some stuff she can do.
Great. All the innocence. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll see you there in 20 minutes.
All right.
Hmm?
I'll see you there
Yep.
soon. Bye.
All right. Rizzler out.
Okay. Peace out. Okay. Let's say hypothetically you're on Prozac. Are you allowed to have a couple drinks of alcohol? Why are you even on Prozac? That's such a gay pill. Just stop. Zoloft. Whatever.
It's changed my life.
Really has it?
It's helped a lot.
Really
I know
has
it's
it?
hard to tell.
It is
'cause I
really
still-
hard to tell.
It's hard to tell, but mentally, I'm like,
You can drink on Zoloft. No, Destiny. I'm a pharmacist and it's fine. Gay pill. I'm an alcoholic and I take SSRIs. You can drink on Zoloft. Destiny's Body is the gay pass. I have no idea. You can get wasted on Zoloft, no problem.
They just want me to die. Why are you listening to them?
Well, they might want you to die, but they don't want you to die with me because I'm gonna go to jail. So. Okay, you can have like 2 drinks. How old are you again? 20? You act like you're 15, so I have trouble sometimes.
How?
This whole conversation.
This is childish to you?
No, the conversation we just had. But I didn't know that you literally meant the word no. And that's what we were talking about this whole time.
No. How are we going to eat right now? We're not even halfway through this.
We are. We're at a good natural stopping point. And we can come back and we can stream again.
You're still
Miss what?
My point.
I understand your point. It's just bad.
My point was that you're delineating between no, I don't want to, and no, I'm not ready. Because the no, I'm not ready leaves open room for
what I'm saying is that a woman...
for possible sex later versus the no, I don't want to. That's what people mean when they say no. It's not just the word no succinctly in itself. It's the no, I don't want to. But when you say, sometimes when women say no, aka sometimes when women say no, I don't want to, it's because they don't want to be perceived as easy. Then I'm saying, what's the point of even prescribing that advice?
What I'm saying is that women just need to do a better job at expressing what's in their mind without endlessly caveating it, such to the point that a guy can read ambiguity into it when they don't really feel any ambiguity. That's my whole point. And as long as women are ambiguous, men will push into the ambiguity to figure out if it's a yay or a nay.
Okay, and are you saying that as a culture women need to be less ambiguous, or
yes.
in the moment?
What do you mean by in the moment? Always. A woman should always be not ambiguous.
My point was that even in the moment when I say no, he's thinking. But in the past,
when you say in the moment, you mean like when he's on, like right before sex?
No, sorry. When I say in the moment, I mean like on the date, whatever.
Yeah.
You're saying because of his past experiences where women gave mixed signals, he's going to be...
Oh, wait, let's change some words. I don't know where in the past experiences. I'm saying the culture. That encompasses past experiences. Yeah. So in the culture, go ahead.
Because in the culture, he's been trained or indoctrinated to think that sometimes when women say no, it's a maybe. Mm-hmm. Are you saying that for all the no's or just the no's that are the soft no's? Or are you saying even the hard no's can be interpreted as maybes? Because this is what my point was. I'm just going to do this on this.
No, we don't need a doodle. No, hard no's should never be interpreted as maybes. Hard no's should never be interpreted as maybes. That's probably yeah.
I feel like this solves a lot. So you're saying sometimes women say no, sometimes maybe. That only refers to the soft no's, like the no, I'm not.
Yeah,
ready.
the iffy one, like what this girl was saying to Aziz. If it was like she got his house, she's like, "Stop touching me."
No.
And he kept doing it. Then it'd be like, "Oh fuck." Or if she was like, "I don't want you to touch me. Get off of me. We're not having sex. Don't come near me." Like these are like clear statements. Like we can watch TV. We're not doing anything sexual. Don't touch my mouth. Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your fingers in me. These are clear statements, not like, "Oh, I'm not ready right now," or like this type of shit, okay?
I would say the screaming, like, "Don't touch me" is equivalent to, like, the screaming no. Like, aren't those both super unlikely in, like, that scenario?
I think
like,
it's...
You even said that.
Hold on. It's a little unlikely, but that's just because women have been conditioned to be so passive. Do you know who understands boundaries really well? Men. When other men are hitting on them. Okay? A guy will act like whatever around a woman. It's okay for this, blah, 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 blah. Okay? But I'm a bi dude. If I went up to fucking Fresh or Fit and I started putting my hands on his fucking lower back, he would knock the fucking shit out of me immediately. There wouldn't be a doubt in his mind that a boundary had been crossed. And for a lot of guys that have trouble reading boundaries with women, when it comes to another guy that they think is gay, they don't even want to be looked at wrong by that dude, let alone like any sort of physical contact. Right? But that's like a very fucking clear. But a guy like that isn't going to be like, "Wait, hold on. Did you, if I were to walk behind fucking Myron and I'm like doing shit like that, he's going to be like, "Whoa, Destiny, did you just intentionally touch me like that? Were you trying to be inappropriate with me?" He'd probably knock the shit out of me, like immediately, like without even asking a question. Right? But that's what I mean when I say, but I'm not saying a woman has to fight. I'm just saying that like asserting a very, very clear, like, "Don't do this. I don't want this." Right? But women are conditioned to be way, 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 way more passive, I think.
Okay, so the whole point of you saying I'm being autistic for saying, like, no means no, because you're saying, like, people don't actually say no. They say other things.
No.
People don't actually shout no.
It's not about just saying no. It's about they're not saying what they're feeling. They're saying, like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, maybe tomorrow. When they really mean, I don't want to have sex, stop touching me. That's what they want to, that's what is in their head. Go ahead.
But we were talking about saying, no, I don't want to. Now you were talking about shouting, like, don't touch me.
Even saying no, even saying no, I don't want to is a good. That would be good. Yeah, that would be a hard no, probably. Yeah, if he's like, no, I don't want to. That's a hard no. Yeah.
Okay.
Not like, but no, I don't want to. Not no, I don't think I want this. Oh, you don't think? You don't? Do you not know? Are you unsure right now? What do you mean you don't think? Like, just no, I don't want this. But I think women are conditioned to caveat and to cater to men's sensibilities. Dan, are you coming or not? What are you doing? He said he's not. He hasn't even left his fucking house. Go ahead. Anything else? Okay.
What?
He's just retarded. Okay. We're gonna take a brief intermission. Is there anything else you want to leave them with?
Can we leave this on the screen?
Well, I'm probably gonna turn the stream off. I'm not just gonna leave them live for an hour while we go eat.
Oh, you just drag it like this?
No, I can't. These are two worlds that don't. When I joked about you bringing up porn, that's never gonna happen because this computer is 100% clean. There are these are two different computers. Look beneath you.
Wait, so why'd you get so mad?
I was joking.
It didn't seem like it.
Oh, you know, I have a friend that people say that about a lot.
Yeah, your chat's really bad at reading sarcasm.
No, they just have no point of reference for anything you say, and when you sound sarcastic and serious, it's the
That's
exact
true.
same thing.
That's true. I'm being sarcastic like 99% of the time, though.
Yeah.
Outside of like the debate stuff.
Sure, but you're not always being sarcastic. Like Ethan messaging you wasn't sarcastic. So how are they supposed to know when you are sarcastic and when you're not sarcastic?
Because usually if I'm being sarcastic, there's a point to it. So when I said that you said in a clip, oh, black people are savages, they're animals, I'm going on and on because the joke is like...
Yeah, but like people have actually said that about me. So how would they know if you're being sarcastic?
Because they would know that you didn't say that, right?
Yeah, but they don't know if you think I said that. You might have
I was kind of just going on and like escalating every adjective.
Yeah, but people do that unironically.
Okay, that's
There
fair.
was a guy talking about that I said that did his son. I don't think his son said this, did he? It was another lefty guy said that I think that we should take cars and run over protesters in Kenosha. I was saying we should run over protesters with cars. And somehow that came all the way from my mow down dipshit protesters who are setting buildings on fire. Then they got, from that, it filtered down into we should run over protesters with cars.
Hmm.
So I'm just saying, like, people say a lot of crazy stuff. But, okay.
Yeah.
We'll be back. That wasn't true. Shut the fuck up. Okay, we'll be back in 1 hour. Oh, look, that guy's defending you. She's right. Chad is retarded. Oh, that guy said that's why she's never the type to take responsibility.
How does that correlate?
We'll find out next stream. In an hour or two, we'll be back, okay? Maybe. Do you want to say final? You might never be back. You could die.
Because I'm drinking on Zoloft?
Mm-hmm. So, like, this could be your final... Do you want to give a shout-out to Mira or any agencies or anything else in your life you just want to say hi or bye to?
Are you trying to drama farm me?
No?
I'm in a very precarious situation. I had a safety issue, sort of.
Okay, clarify, not with me.
With Destiny.
Okay.
He threatened me and he told me if I talked about the situation, he would retaliate and ruin my career. That did happen, just not with Destiny, actually. Destiny and I had some beef about it, though.
Shut up. Okay.
Oh,
so
now
you
I
said-
can't talk about the situation.
Yeah, true. I'm silencing you. Yeah.
So, yeah. Are we going?
Yeah, it's time to go. Okay, I'll be back in probably like an hour and a half, guys. Be careful. I love you all very much. Be careful. Watch this meme, you won't regret it. I regret every single meme you guys link me. Is this a fucking the laughing meme sound effect? Somebody ban that guy. Who is he? Hold on. AC_GK10. Ban that guy. 1,024 hours. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Be careful, guys.